Oh my God! No more than what's the limit?
30-second lap.
But Shinsuke's first theme is so much better than what they gave him now.
All right, I'm sliding this up just a hair.
Wasn't he supposed to get Glorious?
Yeah, he was
before Bobby
turned
Roode
it down.
And Shinsuke was like, "No, that's not me. That's not who I am." And then Bobby Roode came in and is like, "Oh, I'll take that."
And that's why it sounds like Queen, because he likes Freddie Mercury and Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Not more.
I mean,
So yeah, we started live in the middle of a conversation. So what we're actually talking about is if you go on Facebook and follow, and maybe it's a little too high. Sorry,
I'm all
we're all right.
I feel like I'm like.
Oh, we're all right.
All right. So if you follow Andy Header on Facebook,
Whoa.
he is doing his entrance music
tournament.
tournament.
Best entrance music.
And we're talking about how people are voting for nostalgia, and that's not what it's about. It's voting for
Who do you think has the better entrance?
It's the
theme
better
music.
It's
song.
the better music come out to.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
Granted, let's go with the case in point where we're arguing. We had the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase against Charlotte Flair,
Which is literally a 13-second loop of him laughing and some lady
Everybody
screaming,
has
money,
a price.
money, money. Yeah, a really sick guitar lick mixed with her dad's music,
It's
which is
techno.
awesome.
Techno.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
it's like an EDM techno, which
I thought-
clearly
I
is
thought
the
it-
better music.
I thought
Devil's
it was-
Advocate, it's a really good laugh.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
an all-time great laugh.
I mean, DiBiase can have that laugh all he wants, and he can have his nostalgia purposes. Like, people love DiBiase from back in the day, but that's not the point of the tournament.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
to
got
say, okay,
And that's why all the Japanese guys lose. Because I don't know who that is.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
I refuse to listen.
The
to
whole
it.
reason is in the music is
It's
to
like you
listen
click on it, but a lot of people avoid that.
Because you're right, because now that my personal favorite, the Rougeos, are out, I'm Minoru Suzuki all the way.
Oh yeah,
on.
this music
I don't
is
know
so
if Suzuki
good.
is one of my top to go.
Yeah, I think he's like
What?
top 5 theme songs in Japan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Him, Liger, who hasn't shown up yet.
I can't wait for Liger. I love Ligers.
Yeah.
Liger's great.
Takahashi. Like,
All right, so obviously we are live now, Tornado Tag Podcast. If you like what you're here, real quick, we have a really cool thing going on. 2 people watching. Thank you
Already?
guys so much. Hit that like button while you're there too.
yeah, say something in the chat.
Talk to us in the live chat. It is open. Nope, down to 1. They're already scared away.
No.
Do we have a topic for tonight?
We do. But I just want to get into this real quick. So if you like what you're hearing and help us grow, there is a donation button in the links below. And if you check out our description in the link below, we actually added some new stuff there. We're showing a lot of love in our link below. So first one we got, this is not in any random order, if I believe. But the first one's retro
wrestling.
retro wrestling video game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Retro, what was it? It's
Retromania?
Arcade.
Yes, Retromania Arcade.
Yeah,
That link is
that's-
in there, which is a local.
It's weird because the name of their Facebook is one thing, and then the game is
Yes.
Retro Wrestling. What is that?
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
but
forget.
it is a
It's in the link, right?
Yeah.
yeah. It looks
There.
like WrestleFest, but it's newer version.
And they're, they're making different stuff every day.
Yeah, and
Oh.
we might have some cool exclusive news coming up on
Yeah.
that pretty soon.
And is he gonna be on soon again?
Yeah, whenever he's ready, I told him he's always welcome to call in. The next page be Call It the Power Ring, which is
Mhm.
Andy's page, which is covering all G1. We'll do a little bit tonight, but if you want full in-depth G1
Yeah.
supercard coverage, go check out Call It the
There's
Power
only
Ring.
been one episode. Well, one show.
Yeah.
Since last Friday.
And anybody who's been keeping up with the G1, if you missed what happened over the last 2 weeks or so, you probably missed some of the best matches. in
John
all
Moxley's
G1.
best match.
Oh, remember when everyone said John Moxley's not going to wrestle in that? And I said, that's not good.
John Moxley's not going to wrestle on U.S. soil.
Yeah,
for
the
New Japan.
U.S. New Japan show until they,
Yeah, there
But
was
everyone was saying he's not part of the G1 supercard anymore at one point. And I was like,
No.
no. he
that
will
specific show he wasn't. It was
Yeah.
a show in Dallas, and
Yeah.
he wasn't on that.
Yeah.
Because there's A block, B block. That was an A block show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been in a tag match, but because of their
Yeah.
not until they work the deal out, which they will for Wrestle Kingdom,
Yeah.
2 days.
definitely.
So
So then also we have,
Oh, that's
hey.
me. Sorry.
yeah, sometimes it sticks. Just gotta be careful.
Yeah, just watch the bottom of your glass.
When you pick it up, you kind of leave your pinky on it because it
when
sticks.
it sweats, it sticks.
He's brand new. So real quick, everyone,
I'm
this
new
is
here.
Brian. He's the new guy. He's going to be joining us from now on. In the links below as well is his podcast, Murder My Dude. So go check out their Facebook page, their Instagram, and the Project Humanoid website. So the links are for that. We also got the Wicked Turtle Network guys. So they're really, really two cool dudes. We got their pages below, their Facebook, their website, their YouTube account. We got PPW Wrestling and Outbreak Wrestling links below as well.
wow.
And fear not, Austin is sick tonight, but he will be back. And for anybody who doesn't know, you don't try and not get sick. Because when you try
Wouldn't
to
everybody?
not get sick, that is when you get sick. You try so hard to avoid getting sick.
Yeah.
That is when you actually get sick. You just go about your day, and if you get sick, it happens. But when you try not to, you're gonna get sick.
See, I'm trying to get sick.
Yeah.
I'm just asking random strangers to cough on me all the time. It builds up your immune system. It's
Need a few days off work.
Maybe.
Maybe. But yeah, so we're gonna cover a lot of cool stuff. If I do excuse myself at one point, I have something coming. Just waiting for him to show up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is it pizza?
It sounds
No.
like I have to go to the bathroom. I have something over here.
And
I gotta drop
we
some
have
press
done
on the
that.
pool.
If you have to pee or poop during the show, you're more than welcome to step out. Because sometimes I do go long, and we're live, and we do it live. So we're gonna cover a little bit of everything. Last week we covered most of the hot topic stuff, but we'll cover a little bit of Raw and SmackDown. We said we're not gonna go too much into Raw and SmackDown. We're gonna go over it pretty quickly. If anything caught our eye, we'll talk about it. But for the most part, we're not gonna really go crazy because we kind of expect it. If you watch it, if you don't, go check out Ups and Downs. That's my favorite thing to go recap. Or if you have Hulu, you can watch it on there.
Post wrestling.
Super excited. Hulu does have TNT.
Oh wow, that's it. So
It does.
AEW will be on Hulu then. I can wait.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yes,
It will be there live. I don't a recording. I don't know.
Well, the way they're talking is they're going to treat AEW kind of like how WWE does. They're going to cut sections out to make
1 hour and a half.
an hour and a half
Oh.
somewhere in there.
Okay.
So the matches that don't peak high on the ratings during the actual live TV is probably going to get cut from the stream.
And did you see in the press release they did not say show one time? They said we'll start airing matches.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just said that. They're like, no, not a show.
It always makes you think of Southern wrestling. Like, oh, we're going to the matches.
Yeah.
Not we're going to wrestling. Hey, we're going to go see the matches.
So
I like
think,
that.
I think that's how it's gonna start. Like how New Japan starts with cameras on the ring, and then just hear people talking. Like, oh, our first match.
Well, just even the way they're just presenting it now, like already, but they're saying AEW on TNT. That's exactly what they do with the NBA.
Yeah.
It's a sports
And there's
presentation.
I like
been
the
no
real effect. or
comment
whatever.
on Cody trademarking some of the pay-per-view names that his dad came up with.
He got a few.
He did copyright them. He didn't say he's using them yet.
Yeah, he
Did he
did
get Halloween
trademark
Havoc?
Great American Bash, Halloween Havoc,
Bash to the Beach.
Starcade.
It's everything his dad came up.
Yeah, so he's trying to get that, but there's no confirmation that
The
will
only one
be
he
their
didn't get was
pay-per-views.
War Games, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
WWE purchased that legally, so
Yeah,
they have-
MLW actually had it.
Yeah,
For a second.
MLW had the rights.
So if you were AEW and you're gonna brand your WrestleMania,
I'm already so excited for Halloween Havoc because they were some
yeah,
of the
but
best
what
sets.
what pay-per-view name from WCW that you've taken would you use as your WrestleMania in AEW?
Oh, it's got to be Starcade if you get it.
Yeah.
Starcade.
Starcade was WrestleMania before
But
WrestleMania.
I honestly, I would make Starcade not just because it's AEW. I wouldn't make it my go home show, my big show. I would keep it as all in, all out, whatever. Like
Right.
I would keep that moniker because I think it is cool to have the nostalgia, but I think at some point you have to say we are something new.
yeah.
So I think if you go in and you say our 4 major pay-per-views this year are the 4 that we bought because my dad made them,
It'll be the Great American Bash,
I think that's
Halloween Havoc.
I think that's a bad move.
I don't
Yeah,
think so at all.
to do all of them, yeah. You gotta have
I
one
think
like
you gotta
kick
have
double or
some
nothing,
way-
or
You
know,
have
one
to
of
have some way to pull your fans in, and I think the nostalgia factor will come into play there.
As wrestling fans, we've learned from even this Monday, nostalgia will always win.
I'm sorry, but I love Monday Night Raw. If
Yeah.
we're gonna go there, I love that show. I thought it was a great show.
But as someone who wants to see it progress, I think if you say our big shows are going to be Bash at the Beach, like there are 4 main shows every year, and then
them. You gotta have a new title.
you have to do something on your own. Or
and WWE is certainly going to fight this tooth and nail. They've run shows called Starcade.
Yeah.
They're going to fight that.
That's different though.
And
They
they had Great
ran
American
shows
Bash.
before it was trademarked and registered like that.
yeah,
So now Cody has every right to say you can no longer use
It's
that
where it depends who has the right.
unless they pay them the rights to use it.
Right.
yeah.
And which I think that wouldn't be a bad play on AEW's part to be like, okay, Vince, you want to use it? Give us your money. You're going to help fund our show by wanting to use the name.
That ain't happening.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's not happening.
Exactly.
I think
So
keep
Cody-
Halloween Havoc. Make
Cody
Bash
kind of has the iron balls and a vice, if you will.
But they said they're only gonna do 4
He does, but he
pay-per-views.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I think WWE has a lot to go in the well too if they wanted to bring nostalgia. Like you could bring back King of the Ring any day now.
Yeah.
And
So
for the
why
love
would
of God,
when they did it,
AEW,
sucked.
please do not use Great Balls of
I
Fire.
don't think anybody wants that.
Nobody wants that. I mean, we could probably pick it up for dirt cheap if we really
Yeah.
wanted it. This podcast could be called Great Balls of
Why
Fire.
don't we have to pay Jerry Lee Lewis for that?
Whenever I think King of the Ring, I think of the first WWE pay-per-view I ever went to when I saw Savio Vega wrestle 4 times in one night.
Oh wow.
And that's what I liked about the King of the
Savio.
Ring pay-per-view, because you were guaranteed to see X amount of matches.
if I were to bring it back
You don't
now,
want to see Mabel in
Yeah,
4 matches.
if I were to bring it back now, I would not have any main big guys in it. Like it
Make
would,
it like an NXT thing.
yeah, it would be a showcase show. I would put like your Bobby Roodes and stuff like that, and they're the guys who aren't getting much TV time.
Send it to NXT.
I like what they're doing now.
Make it one of their pay-per-views. The winner of the King of the Ring
Moves up.
gets a title shot.
That's what they're
Any
doing.
Title.
That's what they're doing with this tournament they're doing right now. And
Oh, yeah,
it's
with
not
the new
called
guys,
King of the Ring.
Yeah, but they get a title shot at anything in NXT. I'm talking about
Oh,
any
anything
title.
at all. Okay.
Any title.
Yeah.
You can move up with a tag team partner and say, I want a shot at the Revival. Any title you want.
The only thing I don't like about those ideas is, and they did it with Velveteen Dream too. Whenever you get that any title you want, why aren't you going after the world title?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Why do you go after Gargano's
Yeah,
title? Why
who-
North American? Why would
Who
you go
in
after
their
the
right
champ?
mind would pick the United States over the Universal title?
Like if somebody did that, they're like, "Our truth, I'm coming
Yeah.
for you."
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, what do
Why
we?
would you
I
do
was
that?
kind of hoping Brock Lesnar would have cashed in on him, honestly.
It'd be hilarious. It would have been fucking hilarious. Um,
Paul Heyman, the new 24/7 champion, standing next to Brock Lesnar. So is anybody coming after Heyman?
so we talked about a little bit on the show. Who do you think AEW should go into October with the belt on their waist as the world champion?
For the first
First champion?
for the first
Or
show.
you have a choice of two now because it's already set
Yep.
up. Chris Jericho.
Pretty much that was a general consensus of us
Yeah.
as well.
He's got the name. He's got the
Hangman is your future, 100% your future.
Hangman is your
Him and MJF
Him and MJF, yes.
MJF.
and Pac probably because Pac just lost the Dragon Gate title. the
So
other
he'll
day,
be back in
I'm sure he's
AEW.
coming back
Yeah.
soon.
But I
Unless
think
they
I
have
think you
Bad
go
Blood.
into your TV deal with Jericho as your champion.
I think that's
You can
pretty
do
good.
that. That's fine, but damn well know that within 3 months he's not going to be the champion.
Oh, you're keeping it warm for Omega.
Yeah.
At that point. You're keeping it warm.
You're just going to keep it warm for Hangman, Kenny,
Like,
MJF.
maybe
It's going to be one of them.
Honestly, I would like.
I keep it for the first couple, like because if they have every 4
Yeah,
pay-per-views,
I'd give
keep
it-
it 1 or 2, and then
Yeah, I'd keep him for 1 or 2, and then I'd have Kenny work up for a title shot. I'd have Kenny beat Jericho for it,
I wouldn't go that far.
and then I would have Hangman take that dominant role as he's bigger than people think he is, and he's the one who beats Kenny for the
You
title.
see, that's where I
Right.
think you got it backwards. I think you go with Hangman beats Jericho after about 3 or 4 months with the belt, and then you set up a Hangman Kenny match because.
But
to
I
be
think
frank, nobody's
Hangman,
ever seen that match.
I think Hangman beating an established Kenny Omega for the belt does more for Hangman than Hangman beating it off Chris Jericho and then losing it to Omega.
That's kind of ass backwards though, because Omega's already established. You don't have
Exactly.
to tell a crowd
That's
who Kenny
what-
Omega is.
That's why you give it to Hangman and you give him the push to beat the biggest guy in wrestling right now, Mr. 5-star, Mr. 13-star, whatever
Right.
you call him. And then you're like, then you shoot Hangman Page to the moon. And Omega does not need a title to be successful in
No.
pro wrestling.
You're absolutely right. But
I
then
also
again, I don't think Hangman and Kenny have ever wrestled before either.
We'll get
They
there.
had to be the
Yeah.
number one at some point. Didn't they?
No,
I don't
Hangman
think
was
so.
in
They were never
I don't think.
Jericho
I
was
think
in
with
the-
them being in the Bullet Club over New Japan, they've never wrestled. each
Hangman
other.
was in Block B last
Okay.
year, and Jerk Kenny was in Block A.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very large nostalgia match that people are wanting to see because you got that rough, gritty style with Hangman, and then you got that high flying, quick pace style with Omega.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bigger than Kenny. He's taller. They're about the same size body wise, but I just think those two could shoot it to the moon and say, "What do we got?"
And I think too, for the first year you're there, the first year or so you're there, I think that you're really trying to build AEW's
Yeah,
name.
and
not-
gotta build
not
the world
I
necessarily
title.
think you know
person.
who's in our chat. Filthy Commissioners?
Commoners?
Commodores, yeah. Filthy Commodores. I would go after the U.S. title if I was in the old WCW version.
Oh,
Yeah.
because it's a nice belt.
Yeah.
Very nice belt.
So that's
What if Jericho keeps it
that's
for?
the man of 1,000 names.
That is my co-host on Murder My
Yeah,
Dude.
there you
Yeah.
go. What if Jericho keeps it for a full year? You gotta
I'd be
build the
both.
prestigious belt.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
but I don't see it.
I don't think you keep it for.
I don't think you
keep it for
lose a
few
crowd
months.
over
6
it.
months,
Yeah.
maybe.
Now the question is, are we going to see straight up wrestler Jericho, or are we going to see this new
And
grunge style?
It seems like
angry
you're getting
Jericho?
midlife crisis
New
Jericho. right
Japan.
I don't
Japan
think you're
Jericho.
gonna. I don't think you're gonna have as many times where you're gonna see a champion getting by on DQs all the time or getting by like the running champion. I don't think AEW is gonna go that route because I think
No.
a lot of wrestling fans are over it. Or
But
I think
don't think you need New Japan Jericho and AEW to say, "Oh my God, look what Chris Jericho's done."
He's
Fans
not gonna
are
be-
going to tune in to see.
he's
Chris
not gonna be the
Jericho.
pain maker if that's
Yeah,
what you're asking.
No.
He's gonna be Jericho that you've been seeing it all in and all out, where he's probably gonna come in and he's gonna be dominant. He's gonna
Yeah.
He's jumping people, but he's out there beating the hell out of people.
You see, you don't
Until
even
someone
need that
finally
for
kicks
Chris
out of the
Jericho because
juice
fans are going to
effect.
tune in for Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Fans around the world love Chris Jericho. It doesn't matter what company he was in, what state he was in, what section of the card he was in. They tune in. To see Chris Jericho.
Here's the beautiful thing AEW too. I don't think a lot of people are tuning in just to see what WWE guys are over there. I think I think this percentage of that is very, very small. I think AEW and the indie scene has grown to the point where it's going to have that following where it's just like, oh my god, I want to be there because I like.
It's new, it's fresh.
It's new, it's fresh.
New people.
And I don't think like Kenny. Obviously, Jericho is your best bet to put the championship on. But I think there's so many people who are going to start tuning into that program and you're going to see people be megastars.
Yeah, they're like, I like this Jungle Boy and the dinosaur guy.
You know,
I'm sorry, but that's hilarious. I love.
you know who's
Luchasaurus
going
Jungle
to be huge? I think when it hits TV, I think they're going to be a very, very predominant character because the buzz on them on social media has been super positive.
Private Party.
Sonny Kiss.
Yeah, when he starts getting, they give him a push. Which
I mean, he got one of the biggest pops at Fight for the Fallen.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the
people
pre-show.
go crazy for Sonny Kiss. It's inspirational. It's something we haven't seen before, and it's not someone that's playing a character. That's legit who he is.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Sonny came out and did a dance with the Jaguars cheerleaders in Jackson DeVille, the Jaguars mascot.
Jackson.
And
that should be a jobber for AEW.
Yeah, but
There should be a jobber in WWE just to make
No, no.
It's like when
You set up
ECW
a
had
match.
who did ECW have? Joel Hartgood.
Yes.
Joel Goodhart was the guy who promoted the company before ECW.
And I think the best
Smith.
thing, that AEW is doing is something that we talked about on the show a while ago. We talked about low attendance ratings and people not showing at the shows. Start booking smaller venues.
Yeah.
Stop going to the.
And
arenas.
they're not running 100 house shows here. They said they're going to do a Saturday house show, record the weekly show, and then the pay-per-view, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, much
and they're
easier on
paying
the
for,
guys.
and they're paying for
Yeah,
transportation.
much easier on the guys.
But
I'd go there.
AEW is going into this saying we're booking the small venues. We're booking the 5,000, 6,000 seats.
And then if you keep filling up, then you can move up.
Because they want full houses. They don't want empty seats. They don't want topped off sections. That's where WWE should revert and go back to that.
They don't want to have to hand out 1,200 pay-per-view seats because nobody's showing up.
Or buy one, get one in the Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Although with that, their first show is going to be at a big arena. It's going to be in DC where the Wizards play. In the Capitol.
Yeah.
That's
that's their first show.
That's
Maybe they play
roughly
a smaller one.
18 to 20,000.
I want to see them in the ECW arena.
It's actually
which might
just-
be too small.
Probably is too small.
Yeah.
And I thought in Philly, the Leah Chorus Center, which is a temple, it's where TNA did the Lockdown pay-per-view where Foley won the title.
Okay.
They did
It's like a 7,000, 8,000 seater there.
they did a Bound for Glory there as well.
That might have been Bound for Glory.
What if like AEW is like the Sands Casino?
Why not?
That's like a
It might,
6,000?
6,000.
Hammer
That would
Sky
be perfect
Ballroom.
for like
I mean,
TV.
if you look at the Sands Casino, it has the
I would buy a
railing with the
ticket.
seats on the
Yeah, I
outside.
know.
buy a ticket.
But all the floor seats, there's not really a bad spot on the whole floor. The only
Yeah.
problem is the ring will
I heard
take out a lot
NXT.
of room.
I heard NXT there was awesome.
Yeah, I told you that
Yeah.
story where I went to NXT when EC3 first came back, and I cannot stand him. Cannot.
I like Derek Bateman. I didn't like these.
I
I'm
don't
getting
know.
to that.
He's
So,
got a great body.
If you look at
That's
the
it.
ring here, I'm sitting back here in the very corner against the wall. He's in the ring corner, say this corner, and I stand up and I go, Derek Bateman. He literally collar and elbow in the corner with the guy who's wrestling, turns and looks toward in my general direction and goes, "Fuck you, buddy."
That's where I think your smaller arenas are going to work for you too, because your crowd can be more personal.
Yeah.
But I think that was also deliberate where they DC because that is the same building where they did the Starrcade, Hogan versus Sting in '97.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's the same building. They
Wow.
ran Starrcade there a couple years in a row.
Nice.
Now let me ask: how can NXT sell out the Barclays Center for an NXT takeover? Even in
How?
Philly,
It
and
did,
this,
didn't it?
that, and the other. Now, but
Are you
God
asking
forbid
how
the
they're
next,
doing it?
Yeah, but God forbid the next
Because
night.
every NXT
Matches
show
are
they've
good.
been putting on has been fucking phenomenal.
I'm getting to that. But the next night for like a Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, they can't even sell that out.
Well, what would you rather go to?
The
I'd
big
rather go
four
to
sell out
TakeOver.
pretty easily. It's just the little
Yeah,
pay-per-views.
yeah.
Like, Mania is always going to get 70,000 people. The Rumble's
Yeah.
always going to do well. Now they're doing it outdoors and big.
That
baseball
SummerSlam will do
stadiums.
well, but I'd rather go see NXT Takeover than
Oh,
Raw
yeah.
or Night or SmackDown.
I know everyone really was high on the G1 Supercard in New York and all those shows that happened that weekend, but to me, that fucking NXT show WrestleMania weekend was so
It was
good. It
blow away, yeah.
Well,
was so good.
just remember, you guys got to relax and watch it. I had to drive 4.5
You fell asleep
hours.
halfway through that.
No shit. Drove after work, didn't even go home and relax. I drove 4.5 hours
Yeah.
to Philadelphia and back to Temple to pick up
I
Austin.
would have got something to eat when I was there.
Yeah.
There was no time.
behind the scenes, I want you guys to realize that not just this show, but Dave's part of like the stable, and he's helping a lot with Skookfest. This dude's a warrior, man. He fucking puts the work in.
I haven't gone straight home from work the last 3 days. I've not gotten home till like 7, 8 o'clock.
We got a little bit of a lag. It looks like it's lagged on the video screen. Probably looks like shit, so I apologize.
Yeah. Take my hand away now. Whoop. Yeah.
Yeah. I
7, 8
hope
o'clock
the lips are matching
the
up
way
to
I
the
work.
audio.
I've been feeling it this week, so I think I might. Well, tomorrow I'm going home. I'm taking a cat nap. I'm going to a concert tomorrow night, and I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna relax tomorrow night.
Yeah. That was a lot of AEW. That was our fantasy booking for AEW.
Hey, do you think anyone's gonna be like Lex Luger to show up on the first show unannounced?
I would.
You know how Lex Luger came out Nitro with
I
a
would.
puffy shirt?
I wouldn't say they.
What if someone comes out and they wear the puffy shirt?
I wouldn't say it would be
That'd
one of
be
those
awesome.
like shock factors.
No, it's not gonna be
Someone
Seth Rollins.
is showing up.
Someone
First
has to. Maybe
At least
Pac.
for All Out or the first. What if they
First
take
TV.
No,
First
take the
TV.
first TV show and send it to the All American just to rip off the Lex Luger thing?
All of a sudden, Cody Rhodes opens up a pasta restaurant out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Who shows up night one?
I don't know because no one's contract.
See,
yet.
that,
Lex
it's too soon.
Luger.
Nakamura.
That'd be hilarious.
It's too soon to tell. I think you're gonna have to wait till it gets closer to the show just to see who's available.
That's
Yeah, 'cause
only-
you're not gonna
like
be
2 months away. 3 months.
WWE is not going to have a guy doing the same thing. Doing
Yeah,
the same
not-
thing
not
when they're
now,
gonna be
yeah.
not under contract.
It's
but
not
still
gonna be the
like a
Rick Rude
focal
where you
point.
show up the same night on 2 shows.
Sasha. When's her contract up?
Apparently
I
they're
read
trying
something
to
where
re-sign her
where
off.
she resigned.
I don't think she did.
They
She
kinda-
went to Japan and started training with the Japanese girls.
But apparently, from what I understand,
She
they
posted
kind of
about it
offered her
on
Good Brothers money
Instagram.
to stay.
That's what I heard too.
Even they offered Moxley good money too. And he
Yeah, Moxley had.
It all
the
depends
standards.
if you want to be there or not.
Yeah,
And
Um,
I say the same thing all the time. He said, you can't put a price tag on your peace of mind, and if your job is shit,
Yeah.
you can't.
And
do
he's
it.
having some of the best matches he ever had in his life.
100%. Yeah, I don't
Because he
disagree
has,
with that at
he
all.
has his creativity back. He has his freedom back.
Mhm.
WWE wants to book you how they want to see you. He gets to go out, be John Moxley, be himself, and just wrestle.
I think
There's no more pressure to be like, okay, I'm Dean Ambrose. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to hit this spot.
I hated Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose was really lame at the end.
Dean Ambrose,
The last like
the whole
2 or 3 years.
his whole run, he did nothing for me.
I knew it was over when, and they scrapped it very quickly. But at one point, they called that Nigel McGuinness clothesline he was doing. They called it one time the wacky line.
Oh
I'm
god.
like, okay, you don't.
The
get this
hottest he
character.
ever was is that roadblock pay-per-view when he wrestled Triple H for the belt.
Yeah,
Then Triple H defended that one, and then he gave it to him. It's like, oh.
Well, he got the belt, what, like
He
3
got
months
he
later?
got it
A
later.
little bit after
He's
that.
a Grand Slam champ.
he got it after that when he. It
You
was
see,
a couple months after that when he did
there's
Money
one
in the
thing
Bank.
you can't take away from the guy in the ring, though, is he's very fundamentally sound in the ring.
He wasn't. It's
Yeah.
just his booking was shit.
Yeah, but we'll get into real quick. Another thing too, I know we talk about Brian. He has his own podcast called Murder My Dude. His co-host is tuning in as well. But go check that out on every major podcast platform. It is a very, very fun show. I've been plugging it on all of our shows. It's
New
pretty
episodes
much
every Monday, by the way.
Yeah,
New
new-
episodes every Monday.
new episodes every Monday. The website isn't only low, but it's a really fun show, and they do wrestling references almost every single episode.
Yes, and somebody made a wrestling reference today in our group chat, and somebody couldn't back him up.
Yeah, he made a really funny reference in our chat. It was hilarious, and I just
He couldn't bring himself to finish it.
no, there's just there's not tension, but there
Was
was
it tension
tension.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was some tension. I smoothed it over,
Yeah.
and then he says, "Well, I'm not really down with that idea." And then he said, "Well, if you're not down with that, I got 2 words
That's
for
awesome.
you."
And you know,
Yeah, it was
some guys-
hilarious. It
If
was
some guys
hilarious.
look at, I don't
And of course,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for one person to post a GIF or finish it or
I would have,
something.
yeah.
And he comes in with
Suck
no.
it. Suck it.
Right? It was funny.
Just
but,
one person, one time.
yeah. So
He set it up perfectly,
He did.
and you just let it go.
he did. He
It's funny. You know what
he
I
lobbed a lob. He lobbed one up there for you to put for someone to take it out of the park.
I love when the people are disgusted by wrestling. I love getting that out.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And
it's
when
like,
he
oh, yeah,
posted
well,
that, I'm
let's
literally
not worry
typing
about
as fast as I can. I'm like, I get it for somebody else put something.
Yeah. So they have done two wrestling episodes. So they've done one.
I
where it was-
recommend the second one. The first one was when we were still getting the kind of kinks worked out of it.
Listen, they told me that too. They're like, yo, the first 10 episodes are garbage. I liked every single one. They're just they're like me too. They're very hard. Like right now, because this is probably not matching our lips to our audio because streaming is getting annoying. We might get to the point, I'm just being honest with people, we might not fucking stream anymore. Like
Just
this might just,
audio.
I might just record it on the video camera and then go back later and
Oh,
upload it.
okay. Yeah.
So we might not be live anymore.
Be
Wednesday,
easier on your
Thursdays.
computer.
I'm just pretending we're in a kung fu movie right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
because
you
this
were
kind of
time
Yeah.
stuff.
Kung Fu Naki.
And
Indeed.
Andy is a cutie.
Who's
Roddy
that?
White. Rob White XL.
Rob White XL.
So what two wrestlers have you guys covered so far?
Well, the first one we did was more of like main wrestler deaths. That was back in late 2018. We did Benoit and Bruiser Brody, things like that. And then for 4th of July, we did Independence Day for independent wrestling.
It's like I don't get it. And I was like,
The big one we did was Rock and Rebel, who was an ECW guy in the very beginning.
I know Rock and Rebel.
Yeah, that one hits home for us. Yeah, we knew the Rebel.
And the second one we did was a guy who was training with I Believe in Wrestling down in Florida, wound up killing his stepmother.
Oh, I seen that. Yeah.
So they were two big ones we did.
Yeah. So the show starts off with them talking about some new stuff and with death or murder. It is a very deep, dark subject, but it is very humorous. It's a very fun show. It's very lighthearted, but you also do get to learn a lot. And then they go into their topic, and then at the very end of every episode, they play a game called Who Died the Worst.
Yeah.
And he picks out three awesome, not awesome, but
he went over to one.
Three very entertaining deaths on the show, and then at the very end, they pick who died the worst. And it's a really good show, so check it out. It's on pretty much every.
I have to listen to the Rebel one because
and he does his research. Man. He does his research.
I knew Rebel for about 5, and I've got a few stories.
We all do. And wasn't a good person.
That was the consensus.
That was the consensus of everyone that they.
Remember when the Cash Masters came to Outbreak?
No.
The 6-man match. The Bad Street match.
Okay.
It was the Cash Masters against.
Rob White messaged me. Well, thanks, Rob. I have no idea who you are. Sorry.
What did it say?
That's the first jerk. Your reaction to my comment on the podcast is perfect. I was like,
all right, because he said the audio's coming out weird. It sounds like it's in Spanish.
Okay,
it's coming out.
¿Qué pasa?
No, being dead serious, it doesn't look terrible because I'm like having a mini gladiator attack.
Because you watched the Nahango, Kahanama.
But with Riot City's Most Wanted and the Cash Masters, remember how the two valets beat up the Cash Masters dude?
Yeah.
The Cash Masters dude on the outside, fucking Rebel, literally ripped his underwear clean up off his body.
Floyd,
yeah, literally didn't hesitate. It in the match just grabbed him by the arm and clean up through his body, and I'm pretty sure it was a little bit of blood.
He would take some liberties with people.
Really?
Shot. Yeah, he was.
He thought I'm this big guy.
I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you in the ring where someone took liberties?
No, not really. I'd give it right back though.
Yeah, he's worked his
I wrestled Rebel a couple times. Actually. One chop, it was he didn't like you, give you the back chop and fucking blast you.
Yeah. That's one thing you can't really.
But he was always good to me, so I can't talk a lot of shit. But he wasn't a good person.
One thing that Rebel was bad at is he was pretty proficient in the ring. He didn't really go too far.
He wasn't like a 5-star wrestler, but everything he did well.
Yeah.
He was an ECW
very early.
Right before, I think right when it was Extreme, he was there for a hot minute.
When Paulie started to take over, they started.
And he was a WCW jobber for a hot minute too.
Yeah, very, very
so.
He did some, and even before that, in '89, he did some 1 or 2 TV losses for WWF.
Yeah, and he went to Puerto Rico and stuff. So he did actually do things.
Was he there for the Bruiser Brody thing?
No. Bruiser Brody was back in
'86.
He was there afterwards.
And the thing he became known for in around 2000, 2001 is he would have people in PA that wanted to promote shows. He had a license.
Yeah.
And you could rent his license that happened to put down the $10,000 deposit and all that stuff.
That's kind of how everything goes.
You need a doctor and you need a license, and Rebel would do that, and then he would cut.
You would book him, and you would book Greg from Tough Enough.
Yeah, if you book Rebel on the show, he would cut the price down a little bit, and he usually beat the shit out of somebody. Sometimes
usually give a job squash.
It depended how he was feeling, and if there was some girl he was after there, it was always
what girl he was creeping up.
I remember the one time it's in the chat right now, and I used to go to this indie called Law, and it was promoted by the guy who played Chubby Dudley in ECW. This guy Bay Ragney.
Where did that run out of?
He was. They ran out of Philly.
Okay.
They were, I think, the first company to run the Murphy Rec Center, the ROH ran.
Yeah.
And they ran a few other buildings. They ran the Spire House. It was by the school I went, my middle school. And it was so small you could only have chairs on 3 sides. And you could maybe fit 80 people in if you sold the place out. But they would have C.W. Anderson there, people like that. Steve Carino wrestled there once. Steve Carino's sister wrestled there a lot. Allison Danger.
Oh yeah, I liked Allison Danger.
Yeah, they had some people, some CZW guys.
Okay, that's what CZW is big.
Yeah,
that CZW is the shits.
We have a kind of a bad standing with the Carino family after 205 Live at the last Wilkes-Barre show we went to.
But
That's just Colby.
Yeah, well, Colby Carino kind of got squashed by Mike Bennett in a quick non-match job spot.
Ugh. Listen
And
to that.
as
I
Colby's-
got squashed by Mike Bennett.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But
Oh.
Colby's laying on the mat and getting
That's-
squashed, and next thing you know, we're just like,
Right
you know, this is gonna work. We just started chanting Andy Header, and
Yeah.
everybody who was watching at
You
home
can hear my
from
name
out
clearly,
there-
so
yeah. all you heard.
Tony's not blocking me out anymore. This
Yeah.
is really bad.
hey, we got one like there. So
And as we're chanting
What did
Andy
you say?
Header, I check my phone quick, and I literally see everybody posting. Did I just hear an 5-5?
yeah, I said first and last. You know.
But
At least people know
reason-
who Andy Header is now.
Yeah.
the reason I brought it up is I was in the front, one of the front rows, and there's like all the things for general admission, and I'm in the same rows like Hat Guy and all these
Yeah.
other like ECW people, and Rebel did that thing where you kind of stumble into a fan and try to knock them over.
That's funny.
There's a few spots that Rebel tried to work over with a few guys. I remember that they were just like, no, and he just kind of be like, we're doing this.
CCW brought him back there. It's like the original
Yeah,
shit
he was
talker.
booking even before that.
Yeah.
He worked with them in Jersey, and that was because when they first came over, it was crazy. They would use it was when they were running ECW. When ECW had just
That's
closed.
when CCW was like top of.
He was using their license. The Briscoes weren't even 18 yet, so they
Yeah.
were wearing masks. They were the Midnight Outlaws.
Yeah.
And then Jay turned 18 and Mark didn't, so Mark wore a mask and Jay was just Jay Briscoe again.
Yeah,
It's crazy
I've had
times.
some words with local Big Beetle Grasso a couple years back.
I never
He
cared. for
comes up in the Rebel thing because I guess he was friendly with him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
his wife came to Rebel's
Noel.
defense.
Yeah, Noel.
Yeah, his wife came to Rebel's defense afterward, and then everybody else was like, no.
Yeah, I was in a 6-man or something like that one time in the ACW with Big Vito. But his wife was always super cool to me because
Right.
she used to date Niles Young back in the day.
Okay.
And that's when I met them.
Well, of course, we all know Big Vito's claim to fame in the WWE, and it was right around his
Yeah,
wedding
wearing
time.
the-
They
wearing the
posted that
dress,
picture, and I literally commented on like who was wearing the dress.
Wasn't
him
he?
or her.
Wasn't he the Baldies though? Was he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daddy's upstairs literally streaming fucking that video game that people play for money. That
Fortnite?
video
game
or
for
whatever.
money.
What?
That HQ.
Oh, I play HQ all
Oh,
the time.
you mean the?
I won like $3
She's
on that
upstairs,
thing.
she's upstairs streaming HQ, watching Netflix, and on her phone streaming YouTube. I'm like,
Oh, no wonder.
No wonder why we're
I'm
lagging.
looking like shit.
Yeah, tell her to take a nap.
Heidi, go to bed.
I'm streaming 3 things at once. You know, if I do my podcast and we go on Skype, I can't have like the network or anything.
Yeah.
my bandwidth down.
That's the same thing with like if I'm trying to do something at home, and as soon as somebody throws like Netflix or something, YouTube streaming.
That's why my
Forget
podcast is live to tape.
No, right there you
Yeah,
go.
we don't go live.
Oh yeah, I record mine too, but like the Skype will like get.
Oh, okay. You're not in the
Yeah,
same.
but I mean,
room as-
it's only
as
me,
you live with.
it's, you know,
Right.
in my apartment, but still, that's
Yeah.
the
so-
bandwidth. It takes up a lot.
We got to find a way to bring Netflix down. Netflix kills all this. the
Not
bandwidth.
before Glow season 3 though. I like Glow.
You know, I watched one episode of Glow. I was like, "This is good," but I never got back.
Tomorrow is probably tomorrow. I
See
will
Miss
probably-
Alex Riley as the stripper and all that stuff.
I see that Johnny Nitro's in the first episode.
Yeah,
a lot
Nitro's
of
in them.
people.
Well, Chavo, I don't know if he was in it, but he was like the wrestling coordinator.
Yeah, he
which is
helped
great
them.
because his uncle, I think Hector
Yeah.
Mondo, one of his or maybe it was
trained
his dad.
the real Glow girls back in
yeah,
the day.
might have even been his dad.
Did you ever watch the Glow documentary that's on Netflix?
Yeah,
it's
um,
very good.
Yeah,
I forget what it's called.
I think it's just called Glow. Because
Yeah,
I was thinking
it's just
Lipstick and
Glow.
Dynamite, but
Yeah.
that's the one about like Moolah
Yeah,
and Penny
yeah.
Banner. That's
I,
a really
I
good
watched
one,
it
too.
one time. It was like midnight, and I was like, "What is this?" And I was like,
It's
"Oh,
sad though.
It
It's so
is
sad.
because of what's her name, the big Somali
Mountain
girl.
Fiji.
Yeah, Mount Fiji. Yeah.
And then Big Bad Mama's in there, and she had lost a lot of weight, but she still died.
yeah,
Like it's
I
good
like
stuff.
the Russian girl. I forget her name.
Nochka.
Leah Nochka, she's still hot now. And then of course Ivory, Tina Ferrari.
A lot of those girls are. I'm not sure where their end game is, but I think a lot of them have enough to maybe make that jump to that next tier. Some of the younger ones.
Well, now you have WoW, which is the same guy, David McLean.
Yeah.
And they have the old WoW that was like right after WCW died, but it's back now. It's on Access with New Japan.
Yeah, it's on
He was a
before or
sheriff.
after New
Sorry.
Japan.
I think it's after.
Yeah, and you have all the
I'd put it
gimmicks like they had, and you also have Tessa Blanchard, like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
amazing wrestler.
She's an awesome wrestler. Then you have like the the
And you have the farmer's
cheerleader,
daughter
yeah.
on the other side, and
The one girl that from PBW, what's her name? Ray. She's a different name. She's like purple or blue hair, skinny, really in shape blonde girl that sometimes is purple or blue. Ray Lynn or something. Ray. I don't know. They give me that triple card.
So it's hilarious because I actually stepped outside real quick to
Mhm.
see how bad this was streaming on the other end.
Yeah.
And I opened the front door.
it said help.
it's a little bit, and that's still like 2 seconds behind.
Yeah, the candle guy was standing on the front porch because his phone died. And he didn't have a way to get in touch with me, and so I got the candle. But that's actually called Saint Bernard.
I was gonna say, what flavor did you get?
It's called Saint Bernard. I don't have the.
It smells like the same.
Yeah.
I can't
It has
tell.
like it's supposed to be like a cognac, like I don't know. It's like a man smell, I guess, but I like
So
it.
it smells like Hennessy.
I
Yeah.
like-
Smells like high karate.
I like flowery,
So this is
flowery smells.
This is another quick little segment. We're gonna do a quick commercial here. Not supposed to, but I like promoting local people. So this is called Loki and Layla Candles. As a boutique, all natural soy-based candles that and a wax melt company located in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Our candles are hand poured using the finest soy wax and eco wicks, so they are vegan.
Ooh.
If that, I don't know if that. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but some people like that stuff.
They're gonna be bacon fat in that.
But every candle is named after a dog,
Okay.
a dog breed, and then they all have pretty unique smells. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, you said it really fast, and I thought you said something a Hawaiian name.
Oh.
Loki and Layla.
Yeah, well,
You
Loki.
said yeah, and I was like, I thought it was like
Yeah, Loki and Layla.
Yeah.
yeah.
so obviously after they're big fans of Layla, who was with Michelle McCool,
Yes.
and Loki from Mortal Kombat.
I love that she married the guy
That's a cool
from
name.
ECW, the WWE ECW.
Oh,
Ricky Ortiz, the rally.
yeah, with the crazy hair.
Wait,
that
who
come out.
married him?
Yeah, it's much
Layla.
better now.
Yeah, the candle looks very good. How much was it? 15? Because candles are expensive.
I think they're
10,
16.
12?
16.
Yeah,
But they have a
the
sale
good ones are
right.
expensive.
They have a sale right now, I think, going on, and
Usually, I think though they take half the profit of that and kick it to a shelter or something. don't
yeah,
It's Loki, Layla, candle stuff.
and we do. I don't know if it's for the public or if it's just for our podcast thing, but he actually made a promo code for us as well.
Ooh, well,
Yeah.
then say it.
It's 10% off, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if that's a public thing. I don't know.
Oh. Okay, then don't say it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say we do a commercial like Conrad, this blue chew and everything.
yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe I'll message him and see if that's
Do
something
you
we
want a
can
rock
do.
hard dick?
Yeah.
Buy this candle. What? I'll take 20 of them. Sorry guys, if you don't.
We got a new candle called Cialis.
This is cool. I'll
Yeah.
probably get one if they have love spell. I love the smell
Just
of love
snip
That's
the
the
candle
candle.
3 times.
That's the candle used when you're out like by a lake and you're in a bathtub and your wife is in a bathtub
Yeah.
next to you.
I call that a toaster,
That's the Cialis commercial.
and I'll be on.
It's just two people in a bathtub next to each other.
and I'll be murder my dude.
Blue
Threw a toaster
chew.
in the tub with his wife.
Oh boy.
Oh
my.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna be on an episode of Murder My Dude as
Oh,
well,
cool.
and we just decided today it's gonna be 'cause for Skook Stock, we're gonna do some research and find some cool music deaths. They have
Oh.
done one episode like that before, but we're gonna do another one.
They're like Jam Master Jay and
Sam Cooke.
and Marvin Gaye.
Don't know who Sam Cooke is.
Sam Cooke was killed by. It was a setup. It was a complete setup.
He was
who is he?
old. You would probably know like he was like an old soul singer.
Oh, okay.
Like way back in the day. He did that Cupid song. He did that Don't Know Much About History.
Oh,
Don't Know
okay,
Much-
okay,
yeah,
okay. No, that's all. Yeah, because like I know metal, and then anything outside of metal, I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
meh,
he's-
This
I
is
don't
pretty
know too
far
much.
removed from metal.
You could do
But
it. I don't know.
sorry.
You could do the black metal guys with Mark Marquinez, the one that the black metal guy from Mayhem like killed his bandmate and then ate his brain or something like that. It's outrageous stuff. Some black metal right there.
So Raw and SmackDown this week. We'll start with Raw.
I only watch highlights anymore. 'Cause
It
I can't sit through
It was
3
a
hours.
nostalgia show. We had how many title changes?
9.
Nine
Nine.
title
Nine.
changes
I mean,
for
that's
the.
cool. Why not?
I am under protest with this. I'm going to protest some of these later title changes, but go ahead.
Yes. So first title change was
Pat Patterson.
Pat Patterson.
No,
beat-
Drake Maverick beat R-Truth.
Oh yeah, Drake
Oh, yeah,
Maverick
Drake
beats our
Maverick
truth.
back.
Then Pat Patterson beats Drake Maverick after he was scared by the Boogeyman.
I won the 24/7 title. Oh my god!
Then,
I can't believe
Jerry
it.
He went
Briscoe.
banana.
Jerry Briscoe beat Pat Patterson. Then he
One of
was
the
beaten
Stooges.
by.
Kelly pins Jerry Briscoe.
It was just at PPW.
Yes.
Yes.
One thing I noticed there is that they have to cut to Pat Patterson. Like you can tell who got clear to take bumps. And who
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
Like Pat Patterson's already down, but I was so surprised. Briscoe took a bump,
yeah.
like a little tiny one, but Briscoe's like in his mid-70s. He
Yeah.
went down for
They
Kelly.
still
Kelly.
say like he's a good. He still can hook you and shoot on you.
The thing
You know,
with Pat
he's like in his
Patterson though is
70s.
like you see Briscoe already standing over him with the title.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, that's the thing. Like later on, there's one where a guy gets into a limo and just
Yeah, you hear that?
he can't.
That the
Yeah.
man and
So after Kelly gets it, she gets tapped out by. She gets beat by
Yeah, tap
Candice
out. You're right.
Michelle.
Got
Candice
tapped out.
Michelle,
It was
and then
like a choke.
Candice Michelle
Oh, no, you're
taps
right.
out. Alondra
Alondra
Blaze
Blaze.
I thought it was
taps
Tori
out.
Wilson.
No, it was Candice Michelle.
Okay, I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
Candice
Michelle
Michelle
beat Kelly
wins it on
Kelly
Kelly
because
I didn't know
Alina had the
Candice
right
Michelle
thing.
was.
Okay.
And then Alondra Blaze steps in.
That's
puts
the tap out.
the sleeper hold, the tap out, and then Alundra Blaze goes to throw the title in the trash,
Which
like the
that's-
good old
that's pretty
phrase.
good.
And
Yeah.
then the $1 Million Man comes out.
And this is where I protest. In 1988, we confirmed that you cannot sell a title.
Yeah.
They had a tournament then. They should have done it there.
Yep.
Where's Jack Tunney when you need him?
Yeah.
But then again, I'm pretty sure the $1 Million Man handed her like 25 grand. So
Yeah.
I think that's like 10 times what the belt is actually worth.
Yeah, 10 times is probably
No,
very
that
generous.
title.
But
I'm
Yeah.
gonna excuse
If
myself real quick.
Alundra
If
Blaze
they paid
takes the
2,000
cash,
for that
stuffs
belt,
it in
that's
her
awful.
shirt, hands the
Um,
belt over.
So then the
Now, I do protest the next title change,
okay, go ahead.
and that is the $1 Million Man loses the title back to Drake Maverick.
In a limo.
But
Yeah.
all you hear is
Yeah, because
1, 2, 3. What happened?
he can't do anything physical.
Yes,
Yeah.
but still, what happened?
He pinned him.
They pinned him. He punched him in the mouth and pinned him. You know? That's why you got. You know,
See, I call shenanigans there because you didn't see it.
yeah, but it's a
It
joke.
happened. The referee
It's-
seen it.
It's a joke title.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like there was apparently a ref complaining about it, and then my ref friend said, "You do know it's a joke title." Right?
Yeah.
It's like Kelly won the title. Like, oh, the prestigious legacy of the 24/7 title.
Yeah. So we had our
Like,
first woman
cares?
and our first Legends champion
Yeah.
in one night.
I say give it to all the people.
yeah. And then
So does Patterson bring any like significance to this title?
There's no.
Jerry Briscoe.
Yeah.
No.
Then Jake Maverick gets rolled up by R-Truth, who's holding on to his wife's arms. Carmella kicks his arms. R-Truth rolls him up, takes the pin, gets the belt, jumps in the limo with Drake Maverick's wife.
Yeah,
The door closes. They squeal off.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's got to have sex with
Drake-
his wife. Like
Drake
15.
Maverick sits up and he's like, "My title!" And he's like, "Oh well, baby, I guess we can go back to the hotel now." Turns and looks and is like,
It's
Carmella.
Carmella.
I like that he cares more about the belt than his wife.
Yeah.
and then he
That's
turns and looks and like, "My wife."
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but they should have had Truth show up the next night at SmackDown, arm in arm with
no
Maverick's
no
wife.
24 title at SmackDown.
Maybe Bischoff doesn't like it. That's all I can think
From
of.
what I read though, that they said
He didn't
Bischoff
start yet.
has no control over SmackDown.
That's
yet.
what they said. And then somebody said he might. But then Bischoff posted something, so who knows? That he's just going to do behind the stage stuff, but not storyline. But like, well, that's what they hired him for. So he's
Yeah,
probably.
But I'm sorry, Tuesday night, Truth should have showed up arm in arm with Drake Maverick's wife just to
Can
make
you
it
kill the
hilarious.
mute, the vibrate?
No, okay.
It just would have been hilarious that way.
There we go.
And then after that, I mean, we had a really cool appearance by the Fiend. He mandible clawed Mick Foley.
Which was-
Now, have they called him the Fiend on TV, or
Yeah,
that's
he
just
is
the
the
internet
Fiend.
name?
The Fiend. Yep. Then
I
I
think
mean,
that was the best use of a legend because
Yeah.
it actually put over a younger talent. The rest are like, oh, here's the legends.
DX came out and fought the OC, which is now, I mean, it's short for the original club.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
It is
Everyone's gonna think of that stupid show that was on MTV or
Yeah.
whatever.
The
I
only
think Corey made a reference to
the
it.
only interesting thing that happened during that exchange is Sean was hanging over the top rope,
Mhm.
eye to eye with AJ, and AJ's like, "You want to do this, Sean? You want to do this? Everyone wants to see it. Do I come in there
You know
or do you
what?
come out here?"
After that, sorry, River, I don't honestly. I never want to see Shawn Michaels wrestle again.
We'll get to that. That's Tuesday because it was a cool little segment on Tuesday. So after that happened, we're just trying to go through some legend stuff because
I
match
mean, yeah,
wise, it
DX
wasn't the
and
greatest.
Click out in the ring together. With
Yeah.
they kind of said we had like a new initiation to the Click with Seth
Oh,
Rollins.
Yeah, he said you're one of us, and he gave us the too sweet, and they chopped him. That was literally a dig that we created this, and look, and now another company
Yeah.
was built off our slogan, pretty
It's like
much.
National Hall there, they don't
Yeah.
say nothing. Like a lot of them, like that's kind of a waste. Yeah, they're there, but
Yeah.
are you really getting anything out of it?
Yeah, but
No.
the Too Sweet thing was well before DX too. That Click thing.
Yeah, but the too sweet was the Click thing, and then
That was ended
They
up being
adapted it to
popular.
DX, and
Yeah.
then it became famous, and then Bullet Club's like, oh, well, we're gonna do that.
which was a clear homage to the
Yeah, but they even said we're stealing this. You know, we're DX.
But God
and NWO
forbid
combined.
anybody in the WWE that was with them was allowed to
shit.
do it.
Shit, I'm not mad at we steal it. If you see a picture of us and we're in public, or we see each other and we can't get to each other, like if Addy's in the ring and we're outside and we're throwing this too sweet up to him and he sneaks one back to us, that's just what we do. That's our form of communication.
And if
That
your
was
match
some-
is terrible, we
Patterson
don't
is the
use
oldest now to hold a WWE title.
I guess
it.
yeah.
How old is Pat
Yeah.
Patterson?
He's 78.
Wow.
He passed Moolah when Moolah beat Ivory.
Oh
It
yeah.
was,
What was what,
she
72,
was
76?
76.
Wow.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I can't believe that they even allow people to wrestle beyond that. Like
They
that.
wouldn't know.
That's
They
why your
would've never
44
put it.
title
Yeah.
sneaks in there.
Just like
What was Ric
nowadays.
Flair's last match? At 66, 67?
Yeah, something like that. It was in TNA.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
wrestling with Hogan. And
No
Foley.
offense, but for safety purposes, through and through, I'm sorry, but you should not wrestle in
Tell
the
that to Terry Funk.
Yeah.
Terry Funk's still going?
Yeah.
Well, I may
How
have
old
missed
is
this when
Terry
I was.
Funk?
He got to be
He's like
75 or something.
155.
He's going to die in the ring, but that's what he wants. So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I would not want to be.
I may have missed this when I was
Terry
away. You
Funk's
might have brought
down.
it up.
1, 2, 3. Somebody called 911.
Did you bring up Rikishi didn't even get cleared to do the Sting face? There's a plan for him to do the
Oh,
Sting
really?
face.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Raw.
He
He didn't
looks
get
like he's in
cleared.
bad.
I don't know if
health,
that's cleared for PGTV.
Well,
That
yeah,
might be
you
true.
can if
Who
you
would have
keep
taken
your
it?
pants on.
Probably one of the revival guys.
Can we just get back to that segment for a second? Like
What segment?
John Cena the
Oh,
psychic.
yeah.
John Cena the psychic.
Well,
John
that's the first thing, ain't?
Yeah,
Yeah.
John Cena
Yeah.
the psychic. He makes fun of the Usos for DUI, drunk driving, and
Their mugshots and
the 2 nights later, or 2 days later, Uso gets arrested,
This-
drunk him again just this morning. I don't know if he's still in the clink, but he was
so
when
he
he
was
was
in there on $1,000 bond. He has not been released yet.
as of this.
Naomi must be
As of
Yeah,
as of
Naomi's
5
like,
o'clock this evening,
Naomi's
he has
like,
not been released
"Eh,
yet.
Let him
Naomi-
run."
Naomi's like, let him in there.
that's what you get.
Yeah, someone else is getting this
Yeah,
ass.
I don't know. I never cared for
Call me
that.
Naomi.
They're good wrestlers, but I don't care.
Call me.
What you get.
Call me Naomi.
You know what I'm a little disappointed about that I just noticed? Ember Moon just got married.
Did she?
Yes.
Don't tell me that.
I was a little disappointed too when I
I
saw
didn't
it.
see nothing
That's
about
my babe right there.
I was a little disappointed when I saw that myself.
I'm glad to see her getting a big match at SummerSlam though.
Yeah.
She hasn't. She,
She won't win it, but
no.
I think she will.
She can
I-
turn. They
I
can be a
think-
full fledged turn.
I'm
They
gonna say
teased it a
no
little
to
bit.
that one. Well, we can print out the paper then. We can do that prediction.
I
Oh, yeah,
think,
we're gonna do the paper for that. Definitely SummerSlam.
I
That's
think
coming back.
because Ember was getting PO'd and she was voicing her stress and she
Well,
was
who
just-
isn't getting pissed off there?
Well, she came up. She was doing wonders on Raw, and now all of a sudden she goes to SmackDown. And now she's not on TV for weeks at a time.
No.
She voiced her
I,
opinion.
I
She got
thought
PO'd.
I
and-
thought SmackDown would be a great fit for her because she wasn't stuck under the Ronda Rousey shadow.
right.
Yeah.
And now you get a match with Bailey and what I would like to call a squash against Charlotte. So I wouldn't really call that a match.
Yeah, that was a disappointing. I think they should actually let them wrestle and her
It
actually
should have
beat
been
Charlotte
later in the
clean.
match when Bailey came out and caused the distraction.
Bailey
Just
should have never
10
came out because you don't make Ember Moon look strong there.
But I'll
You're
tell you this
saving
much:
Char-
Ember Moon hit 2 of the best eclipses I've seen her do
Yeah.
so far.
You all you did in that was protect Charlotte to say that she didn't lose clean because she got distracted, but it does nothing for your person that's challenging your champion.
Yeah.
Charlotte
Your
got
cha-
a promo
your
saying, I will be at SummerSlam.
Yeah, your
I
champion
will- I
just
must be
beat
on SummerSlam."
just beat 2 people in a handicap match, and her challenger had to cheat by the champion to beat Charlotte. That's not a good move.
No, yeah. The challenger should be beat people that way, but maybe they're
Yes,
beat
yeah.
the champ.
you're trying to build your challenger up to be that show why she deserves to be there.
Plus, he can really make Ember look good because she's gonna have a great match with
Yeah, because
Charlotte.
if you
Yeah.
turn around and say, "Oh, Charlotte's now
She's
in this
gonna
match
bring
with
back
triple
Bayley.
threat,"
Oh
how
yeah,
you're gonna
absolutely.
say the fans will hate it
Well,
because
Charlotte's supposed to wrestle Trish now.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the
That
rumor.
should be bad because Trish could still go when she
But
wrestled last time.
the way I understand it right now is that Bailey and Ember are going back to the Performance Center while they're not on TV because they're keeping them off of house shows up until the pay-per-view. But they're going to work on their match up until
I think that's what they did for a lot of the big takeover women's matches, like the Bailey Sasha matches and things
I
like
think
that.
that's
They-
the best
Bayley-
bet. Let them.
Bailey and here's realistic. You
I
look
don't
at
think they need that.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
you
I
should
mean,
be able
it
to
can't
go
hurt.
They are
for a
going-
match like
they
this.
are
You should be able to
going
go
to
through it in
tear-
your sleep.
they're going to tear the house down.
Yeah.
That's going to be bad. I guarantee right now.
I
that's
think
gonna
that
match
might
of the
be
night.
up there with Bailey and Sasha from Takeover.
And no reason.
It has the best.
I'm not a Bailey. I'm
It
not a
depends
Banks
how
fan.
much time they
Bailey made that match look better.
That reverse Rana off the top rope.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see that in WWE ever.
But
Yeah.
the sad thing is they haven't had a match, either of them, as good as that since.
Yep.
And that was like 2015.
That Iron Man
uh,
match was good too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right before
but
Sasha
Charlotte
left NXT.
Charlotte carried the matches with Banks as well.
I mean, they weren't as good as that.
Yeah.
Sasha was so miscast in the main roster.
Yeah.
She needs to be a heel. She
Yeah,
she
she
had
does.
such the little mannerisms, little things.
I don't
We
blame
need
her
to send
one
her
bit.
back to her NXT days where she would come out and the fans would chant Sasha's ratchet. No, she's not.
Yeah.
That's who Sasha Banks
And
needs to be.
Sasha wants out of her contract so she can go to AEW so she could be part of the. This is the same woman who gets mad when fans go up to her at airports. If you're at AEW, the fans are going to be all over you because that's the form. That's the
If you don't like fans coming to you, don't be a wrestler.
exactly.
Don't be famous.
You're,
I know it's annoying in the morning, but that
That's
comes
part
with the
of it.
territory.
You're at least in WWE, you're going to be protected. They're going to protect AEW. They're not. I mean, they will protect you, but it's an AEW. They built it off the independent scene. They want to be there with the fans.
And I'm pretty sure from what I've read in an AEW contract, I'm pretty sure it's in your contract that you have to at least acknowledge the fans that come up to you.
I don't think they can do anything like that legally.
No, yeah.
Well, no, it's just like
Even
it's like their code of conduct.
I
Like
heard-
if a
I
fan
heard
comes
when
up to you, just say, "Hey, what's up?"
I
to
heard
them.
when the
Don't
cameras-
completely blow
when the
them off.
cameras are
Confirmed,
rolling.
Austin Aries never going to AEW.
Yeah,
Correct.
he's such a prick.
When the cameras are not rolling, they said MJF is awesome to the fans.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
But he just when the cameras are on,
I wouldn't blame one. But I'd be like, yeah, let's record this and insult the hell out of me.
yeah, yeah.
Because they said MJF is like a
You know who's like
hardcore-
that as well?
General.
Andy Weinberg.
Yeah.
He will maybe I broke K for a little bit. Weinberg will trash you on camera, but the second he's not, he's like, I'm
Yeah,
really
he's
sorry.
like, very nice.
I mean,
he's
Very
Andy
super nice.
Weinberg did buy some of our merch.
He did. Andy Weinberg has an Injuries at Everyday People hoodie.
Yeah.
This is before we made Tornado
Yeah.
Tag podcast.
And see what we should have done. We should have gotten in rainbow colors so he could have wore it to the ring.
Our jazz, anything jazzy and crazy. Like he has that USA suit too. He always has the crazy
We should
suits.
honestly, that's a great idea. I have the Pride version of Tornado Tag podcast. I should make that into a shirt and get it.
That'd be pretty cool. I wonder if you can make the like a rainbow shirt with a black logo on, or a white logo on. You know what I'm saying?
I could try.
I don't know if they do that.
I could figure it out.
I mean, yeah.
But no, from my understanding,
Give it to him
MJF
as
is
a
one of
gift.
those dudes that'll come back out after the cameras are off and like high five all the little kids around the entrance ramp.
He's amazing. He's the best heel on planet Earth right now.
Yeah.
Best heel going right now, Sweetheart off camera.
Oh, I thought there was a guy named Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Who's Sweetheart from-
So then Raw
Sounds
gets
like
to
a
the point
babyface,
where we get everyone come out to the ring. Then you're like, we're gonna honor Flair with a toast, and Flair comes out, does a bow, and then you immediately cut to Hogan. Which no, you should have had Hogan come out first, then Flair.
Yeah.
And then Stone Cold comes out, and everyone goes to the rings and drinks a couple beers, and Stone Cold got pretty sentimental. And the rumor is Stone Cold talked to some people backstage, and he said he may have a match in him. That's the rumor.
If Stone Cold has one more
I think
match
he has
in
a
him,
match. But who does he wrestle?
I don't care who it is or where it is. I would buy tickets and fly to that match. I don't care where it is, when it is. I would go.
I would put him in a tag team match.
No.
It depends
No.
if he's limited or not. You know?
Yeah.
Put him in a tag match.
Depends on what he can do.
Yeah.
I give him the benefit of the doubt. I
Nope.
give Stone Cold that benefit of the doubt with a 15-minute match.
If you want to push a promo and you want to end the era of something that people want ended, the best way to do it right now, especially if the guy's saying he's hot, you put a tag team match together and you put Shane and Vince versus KO and Stone Cold.
Vince can't wrestle.
No,
and
Vince can't do it.
you
Vince
get
can't do it.
rid of Shane can carry the match.
No, Vince can't even
Yeah,
get
no.
in the ring.
Yeah.
Vince's quads will like rupture
Well,
again
then
if he tries.
you put Shane and somebody, one of
Steph.
his cronies, Elias or Drew,
True.
and you bury Shane to the point where he doesn't come
I
back.
mean, the Undertaker tried that; it didn't work.
Undertaker doesn't have the pop that Undertaker gets a pop, but it's not a Stone Cold pop.
Especially because Undertaker's been around for.
Yeah. But no, I'm sorry. You give Stone Cold the benefit of the doubt. You put him in there against
What I'd like to see Stone
Against
Cold
one
do.
of the hotter guys at the time, and you let Stone Cold do what he does.
You say,
Even if he goes down,
yeah, Stone
who
Cold
cares?
win.
You give him a match they teased 3 years ago.
See a punk.
Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar, Texas Death Match.
Oh God!
Oh,
Give him
my
a match
God.
they teased 3 years ago.
You have here's some
I
matches.
remember
We all
that.
know how that went the first time.
No, we don't.
No, they never wrestled.
You have Stone Cold.
Austin took his ball and went home.
Yeah.
You have Stone Cold Brock, which is there. You have Stone Cold Hogan, which never happened.
Yeah,
That
but
will
that
never
can't
happen.
happen.
That can't happen.
You have
Hogan can't wrestle. Vince can't wrestle.
yeah. You have Stone Cold versus
I don't know who I'd have him
I
wrestle.
mean, you can have Duchesne.
Seth.
You can have Stone Cold.
WrestleMania 14 rematch.
You could do
Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels.
Stone Cold The Rock.
Did you do Stone Cold and Roman?
No.
No, it couldn't,
We
it
just
couldn't
got
be a
people
face.
cheering
Stone
Roman
Cold
again. You want to get
Michaels,
booed.
Stone Cold Rock. I think that's the two bets you would have to do.
But Stone Cold Rock, you've seen that 100 times.
So what?
But I mean, if you're gonna bring someone back, do you have him wrestle someone he wrestled before? I mean, I don't know.
Why not?
You know what?
the
It probably
chemistry.
will be if he agrees to it.
But
It'll be like Stone Cold Triple H in Saudi Arabia.
yeah, probably. Yeah.
Really,
Goldberg.
If you want to, yeah, I was going to say that Goldberg. If you
I
want a
will
real
not
money
fly to
match,
Saudi
40
Arabia
years
for
ago.
that.
that's it.
Goldberg
But I don't want to see Goldberg again.
supposedly
Yeah.
already has a match lined up very, very soon.
With it was Ziggler. That's
With
what
Dolph
keeps
Ziggler.
insulting. I have zero desire to see.
And
that.
the reason they're doing it is they know Dolph Ziggler will carry the match and make it look good.
Oh yeah,
Who called Goldberg out on Twitter?
Ziggler.
Ziggler.
Or no, Matt Riddle.
Matt
Oh,
Riddle.
Matt Riddle. Yeah, but Matt Riddle will probably legit try to fight him.
Yeah,
Matt Riddle will probably kill him.
I think he could beat shit out. of him,
Yeah.
if he wanted to.
Allentown represent.
Because Ziggler's been throwing shots at him on TV
stuff
to try
like
to,
that's as
to
bad
try
as
to
a
build it.
Goldberg match or
Yeah.
something.
At this point, I just think they're trying to find something for Dolph. And it's embarrassing.
Stone Cold ran the ropes after Raw went off the air. I did see that.
And
I don't care until he elbows.
Yeah, he stomped one. He kept stomping it.
Oh, okay.
he
Yeah.
dumped
But he
beer
stomped
all,
the mud hole in the beer
he
can.
dumped
Yeah.
beer all over Lillian. Did you see that picture?
Yeah.
Oh, that was probably my best picture to ever see. Is like Stone Cold pouring 3 beers on Lillian Garcia.
Angel Garcia is a better heel than MJF.
Angel Garcia.
He's an NXT guy.
Angel Garza. Garza.
it's
Sorry.
Garza Jr.
Okay.
He's
and
looking
then,
great in NXT.
And then he
Yeah,
said,
I've been watching
Vince-
that.
Yeah,
Vince
but they've already
versus-
leaked the winner of that tournament, so it doesn't really
I
matter.
thought the finals were at the Takeover.
They've already leaked the winner.
Okay.
Well, they can change
The
it.
final is supposed to be ACH and Trevor Lee, and Trevor Lee's supposed to get the title shot.
Okay. ACH is already in the final. That was
Sorry,
the
spoiler
ACH is so good.
yeah, Vince versus Kevin Nash quads in a pole match.
Oh boy.
What on a pole match?
Quads on a
Oh,
pole.
boy.
Yeah, so Raw goes off.
Miners
Special
love
guest
match.
referee Triple H.
Raw goes off the air. SmackDown starts. SmackDown starts with a New Day on commentary, and then immediately pulled them off because I think they were saying.
No, they were out there for the first hour. They
Oh,
were
that
out
what
there
it
for
was?
the first hour.
Okay.
That's
Is
a
that-
bit too much.
Is that a Bischoff move? Because he used to do that with Nitro.
No. They did
Nitro
it.
used to have you had
Yeah. Mike
Sabisco
Tenay
and
was-
Shivani on the first hour, and there was like Shivani and Heenan the
Yeah.
second hour.
Something happened to Corey Graves. He couldn't make it. I'm not sure if it was travel arrangements, and Byron Saxton's father died at his funeral Tuesday.
No.
Yeah.
Or they should
So
be on
he
both
didn't-
shows anyway. They should have
But,
different
but the New
commentators.
Day sang the entire Shawn Michaels theme song on mic.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I just think they told him go out there and do what you do because
That's my foot.
David
Sorry,
Otunga
trying to crack my knee.
David Otunga.
almost didn't say a word the whole night.
Right.
David Otunga sucks, and he should be fired.
You know who was awesome on commentary? I miss him on commentary. Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah, he's good.
He's
Yeah.
great on commentary.
And then the second hour was Michael Cole coming out to join the
Yes.
concert.
Michael
So
Cole
commentary
wasn't bad as
picked
a
up-
color guy.
I don't
I
mind.
think he's
Michael.
better not being play-by-play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had. I'm just trying to breeze through SmackDown.
I didn't see anything.
The only thing that caught my eye was obviously I'm a Sean fanboy, so Sean on Miz TV, Ziggler came out and said, "You disappointed me when you came out to retire. You ruined your legacy." Da da da.
Disappointed me too.
You're
Miz
nothing.
egged him on and told him if he's going to do something about it, do it.
And then Sean says, "Well, you know, man, at least I disappointed people. That's true, and I disappointed you." He goes, "But at least at one point, people called me the greatest." He goes, "You went your whole career and did everything great, but you're just a wannabe Shawn Michaels."
He's just the guy that likes getting a paycheck and doesn't care how he gets booked. So that's why I don't.
I think
don't
he
care
said
for
that too
Ziggler.
about collecting a paycheck on his gimmick.
Yeah, that's all he
He's
does.
like, "You're collecting a gimmick on being a wannabe Shawn Michaels."
Yeah.
And then Ziggler super kicked him.
Ziggler
which is funny.
should
After he went after the Miz, he hit the Miz. Sean checked on him, turned around.
Yeah.
Super kick.
He needs a complete repackage. He's been needing that for about 5 years now.
They repackaged him, and it was awesome. They
Yeah.
repackaged him with Dolph Ziggler, with Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, and it was awesome. It's exactly what they needed to
He went
do.
right back to Dolph though.
Yep.
I mean, it's,
Then he had Kofi naming his challenger, being Randy
Randy
Orton.
Orton.
that should be all right.
And then
Not-
before
I
he even
love
cut the
what Randy
promo,
Orton
he's like,
did there.
before you come out here and attack me from behind, I want to come out and talk to you face to face. Called Orton out, and then he played the video of when Kofi hit the boom drop from about
Oh, yeah,
15
remember that?
feet to
Yeah,
that
that's
table.
like 2012.
Yeah.
2011.
Oh wow.
And he pretty much they're working the angle now that Randy Orton used his political background in the book,
The whole Kofi back.
the whole Kofi
And
back.
he kind of said, like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I
I did,
loved
'cause
it.
you
I
weren't
loved
ready.
what Randy Orton did in that segment.
He
Just
said,
talking
I
about
saved
how-
you from something that you weren't ready. And you know what, Kofi? You're still not ready, and you don't deserve that title.
and he goes, "The only reason you still have that title is because I decided not to take it off you
Yeah.
yet."
Well, he
That's
said
a
the only
storyline.
reason you're in this position is because of me, and I injured
Oh yeah,
Ali.
I injured Ali,
Yeah,
and the only
that's
reason
kind of funny.
and the only reason you're still champion is because I decided not to take it from you yet.
But I don't see Randy Orton win the belt.
I don't
thought
either.
I don't
he was-
either, but
I
I
thought
see that
Kofi
being
would
a
lose
great
it at
match.
SummerSlam, but
I
not
thought he would lost it already. I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be a Money in the Bank.
I think he's
Like,
going to lose it
casualty.
at the next pay-per-view. Maybe they'll keep it to Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I think he's going to lose it at a big pay-per-view. You're not going to see him at an in-between. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be one of the big four.
Or one of the first Fox episodes.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Not
First
even
title
if
change
if he
Papa
makes it the Fox, I see Kofi going WrestleMania. Give him the belt. Give him the belt for the full
That'd
year.
be something.
Give him. I think that would be the best way for Kofi to say thank you to him
Yeah.
for being loyal for
Does he-
11 years.
Once he loses the title, does he retire?
No, he don't have to. He's still.
No, I
He
think
enjoys
the
wrestling
next
way too
thing
much.
for them at some point is going to be a Big E turn. It's going
Yeah.
to be a thing for the New Day.
Yeah.
And,
Even if Big E might cost him the belt.
yeah, but with the SmackDown
What
title,
if
we'll get
what
this
if,
with like
what if Big E and Xavier turn on Kofi and they're no longer positive? They
Power of positivity.
they stay as a tag team, but they throw because they did a segment where they joked around and did the barbershop window,
Mhm.
and Big E played Brutus Barbecue Beef Cave, and Xavier threw Kofi through the window.
You see,
I think Xavier works better as a babyface.
Yeah,
though.
Big E should be a singles guy.
Xavier
No.
can be too.
Yeah,
the
he can,
only
yeah.
thing
They all
I
could
see WWE not breaking up the New Day is if the New Day's merch sales and everything else completely tanks. That's
Yeah.
the only way I see them breaking them up because they make them entirely too much
But
money.
I think you can.
And the only reason
I
they
think
make
you
that
got
much
heel
money
Big
during
E.
merch is because
But they made a lot of money too.
Certified
and they
G,
fired
yeah.
him. You know?
Certified G is
Yeah.
not there. They were the top set.
But you
They
know
were
what I'm
they were
getting at.
John Cena money at one time.
Yeah, they were.
But they only WWE right now in merch only cares about who sells the most. Whoever sells the most basically gets the pushes. The
Yeah.
New Day has been
According-
hot for over 2 years.
I mean, Andy made a good point. If you're still an asshole, though, they merch doesn't save you.
Yeah.
If they have a problem with you, merch will not save you.
Yeah.
Well, there were extenuating circumstances with Enzo too.
Yeah,
for a while.
and
Enzo was a
Yeah.
dick.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
But the thing
He
with
was fired on false pretenses.
What
but the
about
thing
Cass?
with the New Day is you can turn
Cass
Big
even
E.
said he was a dickhead.
You can turn Big E and still have Xavier and Kofi be the
Yeah.
New Day and still sell
Yeah.
T-shirts.
I
Yeah.
think people
And
buy
no offense,
heel
but
Big
even
E
when Big
shirts.
E came in with Dolph, when they put him with Dolph,
And he was a
after that,
pervert. I loved when he was a pervert.
He-
You watched them make out.
Big E's just standing like,
He's like,
And-
you're gonna leave. He's like, no.
And really, I think the thing right now is
No.
it seems like just if you're kind of just trying to read the tea leaves, they're going to probably move it from Kofi to a transition guy and heat it up for Owens. That seems
Yeah.
like where they're going.
I mean, even if they give it to Owens, I'm okay with it. Even like Sami Zayn, for how much
That'd be a good
shit
transition.
he's been put through.
Oh, there was a segment where Sami Zayn got beat up by RVD, and
Yeah.
forgot about that part.
But even if you put the title on him, even if it's for like 2 months, for how much
Corey is filming a movie with Renee.
there you go.
Corey
Graves.
Graves. Okay.
So even if hypothetically you give Sami Zayn the title, he's been hurt so many times, and I think for how much he's stuck with the WWE through everything that's happened,
No,
I think it wouldn't be a
Kinda
bad
had to.
idea. But at the same time, it's only going to be brief.
And going to Fox, if they're going to do something, I think they're going to do something with the bigger name guy.
Yeah.
But if
With Sami.
Fox, no, remember when they were saying Vince was
Candles
selling
smell awesome.
stock?
The candle
Vince
smells
was
awesome.
selling and
It does
selling
smell good.
and selling stock of WWE.
Yeah, but that's for
And they
X
weren't
Yeah,
saying who the
fun
buyer
outfit
was.
they did.
I think the buyer was Fox. But I think my catch to it is I think Fox was buying the stock, so when they move over, they have some kind of creative control to say.
I think they
this is
say-
what we want.
They wouldn't have
So-
nearly enough. Vince still owns, even
Yeah.
though he still owns like
They have to say
85%
what
of
goes
the
on their network anyway. I mean,
Some
they
news-
can just
yeah,
cancel.
Some
They-
news did come out
they still have
today.
some of the-
We could actually completely bypass news. Some news did come out today. The shareholders meeting came out.
The network has been revamped. I haven't got to check it out, but it looks really cool. And the search on the network is better.
WWE stock is up 9% compared to everything else tanking.
Vince did not mention AEW by name, but he
Mhm.
said that we are going to a more edgier show, but it won't be blood, guts, and gore like it used to be. It won't be as extreme as the Attitude Era, but we'll have an
That's
edge. And he said competition is good. I just hope my competition doesn't go back to the blood and guts thing like they have been doing. But I don't think TNT will air
No.
that kind of stuff.
No.
That's all, and that's pretty much what was said during the meeting today. Trying to get to the other. On our page, we did talk about that. We did not so much about this. We did talk about the Ghostbusters figurines,
Yeah.
but the new figurines that are coming out for the wrestlers are very good.
Oh,
If you're an action figures
the new
collector,
WWE.
the new WWE figures are insane. They have more articulation. They have replaceable hands. The fingers move. I think you can.
and the faces look very good.
Yeah, the faces are amazing.
There's a Becky one
Um,
that looks awesome.
If you go check out a Facebook page called Her Stories, they did a video on Mercedes Martinez. I'm a huge fan of hers. You know, we've seen her at PPW twice now. Super awesome to the fans.
Hashtag Woman Crush Wednesday.
Yeah, I like her. I think she's cute. But anyway, go check that out. Sean Spears secures wrestling legend Tully
Tully
Blanchard
Blanchard.
as an executive advisor for AEW.
That's pretty cool because like Tully was a big, always feuding with Dusty. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
So
Big
this
fan
is
of
something
that.
we'll cover a little bit, but John Moxley versus Ishii.
Oh yeah, did you watch the highlight video?
Yeah.
I thought that match was great.
Meltzer gave it 5 stars.
Yeah.
That's his first, I believe, 5-star match ever.
Yeah,
Not that I
And
mean,
Daniel
it doesn't
Bryan
matter.
still doesn't have one.
Yeah, how about
Yeah.
that?
And
Ringo-
even
but
John
it was-
Moxley was more worried about what Renee was going to think in a match
It was-
other than
Yeah,
anything
he
else.
said that
Yeah.
promo. It was a great match. And he also had another great match with Shingle today.
Yeah.
So Moxley's doing awesome in the G1. And he's undefeated.
What are the odds that Moxley runs the
He
gauntlet?
might. I was thinking that today. I was like, but I think he didn't wrestle Naito yet. I think he's gonna lose to Naito.
Yeah.
He has to.
I don't
maybe,
see
maybe
him. You don't have to
Moxley
make him
versus
lose.
Kota Ibushi. Moxley versus Okada. I don't know.
ROH has the lowest attendance in history
Yeah.
at the Hammer scene. A point was brought up with the heat and the shows over the weekend.
Yeah.
it's a fair point.
Yeah, it is air conditioned there, but yeah, it was so hot. And,
I
but,
mean,
I'm
I'm sorry,
RH
but
is
in
a slump.
Pennsylvania, the heat index was pushing 105, 106 degrees period.
Especially in the city.
And those buildings,
And-
a lot of shows canceled this over the
Yeah,
weekend
yeah.
because of it.
That's why Bro was on PPW and doing
Orange Cassidy and Tony Deppen had a match in a punk rock show.
Yeah,
Really?
hold on a second. As a Bola 2019 lineup wasn't big enough, let's add another big name. Top star. Who posted that one?
Me.
I can see that one. Who's the top star?
You wanna talk about that one?
Barbaro Cavanario.
No idea.
He's a big CMLL guy. He is.
I don't follow
they want to,
Lucha at all.
they're kind
Nothing
of
against it.
they're kind of building him up as like the next Ray Horace, Ray Phoenix.
Okay.
Okay.
So he has enough potential to be.
There was another
one
match of the
big
year.
AAA guys.
Another match of the year this weekend in Nashville, Tennessee. It happened on a dance floor, and it was Tony Deppen versus Orange Cassidy.
Oh, I didn't get to see that. I didn't see that at all.
They're literally in the middle of a punk rock show, and they're literally just right here.
Oh, don't play the music.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll watch it then.
yeah.
They're basically just dancing, fighting, and it's like
They're dance fighting, being funny.
Oh, that's cool.
Then we had the Okada Will Ospreay match
Yeah.
for the G1.
Yeah, so Meltzer got that 5.75. So that's the best match of the G1 so far. That match is awesome. I think I posted some highlights.
Yeah.
The highlight video.
Yep, the highlights are on the
Very
page. If you
good.
wanna
Will
check it out.
Ospreay's gonna be the next Kenny. There it is right there.
Trish Stratus is set for a SummerSlam match in Ontario, where the rumors we think is probably going to be Charlotte.
Makes the most sense.
TNT premieres an All Elite Wrestling profile preview, and it's going to begin October 7th. Still no time slot.
Yeah, it's 8 to 10.
8 to 10 Wednesdays.
Oh, it says
Yeah.
8 to 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
It starts at,
They don't have a choice. They have to hit that prime time slot when everybody's home,
I'm
ready
bummed,
to go.
I'm bummed it's not Tuesdays. I wanted it to be
Yeah,
Tuesdays.
apparently TNT does basketball.
NBA.
Yeah.
The NBA. They have.
The NBA plays on Wednesday too.
They're
The
on
NBA
ESPN on
usually when the
Wednesday.
NBA kicks off,
But-
TNT always has the Spurs game.
So
That's
what might
crazy.
happen is we may move Knuckle High School to Tuesdays because I really want to watch AEW.
I mean, we could just kind of put it on in the background, no volume.
yeah,
That won't be distracting at all.
yeah.
What are you guys
I'm
doing?
gonna
You're
watch
looking
it on
at-
Hulu the next day.
Yeah. Brandy Rose says because AEW is not only doing one show a week, wrestlers won't be driving themselves in a row and putting injured bodies in their
I
ring.
think
She
that's
said
great.
well-being is important, and she adds that people are very happy and they're heard in the locker room. So
And
that's awesome.
Again, hats off to them for providing health insurance for their competitors as well.
Yes.
I think that you get treated much better.
Yes.
in
Yep.
AEW.
And National Wrestling Alliance, the NWA, is going to end business partnership with Ring of Honor.
I think that's really going to hurt Ring of Honor.
I think New Japan is basically gonna wrap up their ROH2 here soon.
Yeah.
Is it safe to
It's-
say
it's
that
a bad
Ring of
spot
Honor
for ROH
could
right
be
now.
in trouble to fold?
I don't think
It
that.
depends on how. It's the same thing with AEW. It's the same with anything. It's the same thing with the XFL. If you flip it the other way, how long is Sinclair Broadcasting willing to lose money on it?
Yeah.
That's how long they can last.
Yeah.
How long is Vince willing to lose money?
All
on
I
the
said is
XFL? That's how long
I
they
hope
can
it
last.
folds tomorrow so we can get Jay Lethal somewhere.
Jay Lethal's so good. Yeah, there's a lot of good guys in ROH, but there's also a lot
Get
of
Jay
guys that
Lethal
are
in
look well.
AEW or get Jay Lethal in NXT.
Yeah.
I just
Um,
want Ashley Remington back, so I want Dalton Castle to go.
Yeah.
And then the WWE Network got a update today.
Yeah. I didn't get to mess with it, but the search engine looks a lot better.
Yeah. So
And there's Superstar page, so you can go to Seth Rollins, and it has like all his big matches.
the
That's
only
cool.
thing it did not put out yet, and I'm bummed about, is I wanted stuff in chronological order. I wanted to be able to watch one
Oh yeah.
and binge watch it, and then it goes
What I
from
really
Raw,
want
Raw.
is I want the vault stuff to be better organized because you have to just kind of comb through it. I was watching stuff in the vault last night. They have a pilot for ECW from 1992.
Ooh.
It's before the ECW arena. It's before Joey Styles. It's awful.
It's when
Yeah.
the NWA was still in ECW.
Yeah. I was
No, it
gonna
was before that. It was,
Before that,
yeah, that they were only with NWA for a little bit. That's what they're trying to basically work. Dennis Luzo
Yeah.
went to
say,
working
it's Eastern
with them.
Championship Wrestling, and most of the
It's
wrestlers suck. And
it's Mr. Sandman. It's
Yeah.
Jimmy
Mr.
Snuka.
I was gonna say, was Superfly there?
Hunter Q. Robbins. Yes, it was Snuka and Glenn Osborne.
Oh
for the
wow,
TV
Glenn
title.
Osborne. He used to wrestle here in WPW.
Yeah. G1.
Yes.
Give us some highlights, and then we'll send the rest over
I
to
was
your
gonna say
show.
that Okada and Ospreay match that was night 8 was yesterday.
Yes.
Mhm.
So that was night 7. That was the best match so far. But
I'm
Moxley
assuming
versus
you don't
Shingo
have your-
was today. My notebook, yeah, for that. But Moxley's undefeated in it so far, and so is Kenta, former Hideo Itami. But Kenta's got to wrestle Okada Saturday, so that should be awesome.
Was there any losses that shocked you so far?
Right off the bat, man, Naito lost like 3 matches right in a row, and that was like their
It's
big
not
star.
too often to see a guy like Naito who gets pushed
Yeah.
off there. Going
Everyone
undefeated.
thought Naito's gonna win and
Those-
get the title shot at Wrestle Kingdom, so it's like wow. But like someone got to beat Moxley. I don't know who's gonna beat him.
Well, like you said before, that Wrestle Kingdom is now 2 nights. So
Yeah.
are they looking bigger picture? Like we have to try and set up night 2 maybe, or is night 2 going to be the big night
I
of
would
matches?
assume night 2 is the world title. I would assume, but I don't know.
Do they really need 2 nights?
Not really, but they want to do 2 nights. But they need more people. They need AEW for that.
The last Wrestle Kingdom was what, 4.5, 5 hours?
Yeah. So imagine doing 8 hours total like WrestleMania, but over 2 nights. Much more digestible. But yeah, the G1's been awesome so far, and Will Ospreay doing really good. But he lost like 2 matches, first 2 matches, and
Are they trying to
Is that
wean,
Okada?
are they
I
trying
think
to wean away from Will Ospreay? Do you think?
no, because he was losing, but then he won a couple. I think it will come down to him, Kota Ibushi, and Okada tied at the end for Block A, and Block B lead Naito and Moxley.
Now, hypothetically speaking, what happens if there is a tie?
I don't know. I don't think they ever did that.
I'd love
I'm
to
guessing
see.
it'll be head-to-head, whoever won their head-to-head
Yeah, New
match
Japan
is gonna
is they aren't big on 3-ways. They only do like
I wouldn't
2.
mind seeing like a 3-way match to break the tie, like one more
I
match.
think if you're tied, whoever won the match, if it's a draw, I don't know what they do.
Yeah.
So then, to get away from G1, if you want to see more G1 coverage, like I said, call it in the powder, and we'll do a full
go over the
breakdown.
whole-
The last episode is up now. If you want to go check that out, call it in the Power Ring on Podbean, and I believe it's on pretty much every major.
Yeah, it's on iTunes and everything.
Yeah, but check. It's not under Call it the Power Ring. You have to search under
Podcasts of Pennsylvania.
Podcasts of Pennsylvania. They're under.
A bunch of other podcasts will come up too.
Yep. Which I still think you should just make an Anchor page and upload your things.
Yeah, that's probably because we don't need that. We did that first, but,
Yeah.
but it's free now. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we might have to.
Anchor, you're by yourself and you'll be everywhere.
Yeah, then we
I
search
like
for it.
Podbean, but Podbean podcasts are pretty much locked to Podbean, and you
Yeah.
can't. It's hard to find them sometimes.
Really,
Where Anchor, it'll put them everywhere.
and it's free. It's easy.
Yeah.
I have to do that. I was thinking about switching too, because
Even with Podbean, even if you just search like the big name like Jericho, Stone Cold, they pop up right away.
Yeah.
You search like a smaller podcast, and it's like,
Yeah. Well, because of
So
algorithms and
PPW
stuff.
on July 20th had a event called Heat Wave or Heat Blast.
And
I think that was the exact.
I was gonna say it was
They
a
nailed
blast.
it.
That was not just a name for the show. That was the perfect description of the inside of that
Yeah,
building.
there is no AC in that building,
yeah.
and it was a little
Starting at the bottom.
Man Tequila versus Charles Mason.
Very
Charles Manson.
solid match between Butter and
Charles
Charles
Manson.
Mason.
Yeah.
Charles
Charles
Mason
Mason
came
got a
out
haircut.
saying that he might be the billionaire playboy, but he can have any woman he wants.
Oh my
And
god.
he called out Jason King's girlfriend,
Oh, Penny Lane.
Penny Lane.
Speaking of girlfriends, good for what's his name? I seen his girl after the one that Tyler Ash kissed.
Oh, Riley.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that, so I was like, oh, I had that. Okay, right across it.
She's good for her.
Yeah.
She's blessed, we'll say.
Mm.
Not as blessed that manager.
Yeah.
No. His the new manager that we're talking about now for PPW.
No, I meant
No.
I meant the
Riot City's girls.
Riot City girls.
Oh, the Riot City Girls. Good for
Yeah.
them too. Good
Yeah.
for them.
I've established how I feel about the Riot City girls.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
very
just
hard
say-
to pay
we'll just
attention to the match.
We're just like, I like your face. I like your face. I like a lot of things. Tag team match: Punk Rock All Stars versus Sambo, and also link in description below. I forgot I have the Sambo show
Okay,
on
cool,
Facebook
yeah.
on there
That
as
is
well.
now their tag team name. They are the Sambo Show.
Yeah, so
Wow,
go check out their podcast. It is on Facebook.
Sam Adams and Siler Andrews.
Yep.
And that was a very, very clean match, especially with how big of heels the Punk Rock All Stars are.
Mhm.
That match actually went disgustingly clean for how
Who won?
the Sambo Show.
Good.
I
Go
was- I
Sambo.
didn't get to see any of that.
Then we had Vox Viner versus Andy Header.
What a match.
Fox, Vineyard, and Andy.
All right, I didn't win, so next match.
Andy Header.
Clearly, there's no new title on the table.
Yeah.
So.
No new title.
Yeah, they added some guys to the match. It was stupid stipulations, and I just went with it. And it's like,
Some people. Andy wants to wrestle.
yeah, I don't want to do goofy shit.
He just wants to wrestle.
Let me see that.
He's talented. He wants to showcase.
But hey, the guys they added to the match,
the next match was the
Michael-
Women's Championship.
Michael, I forget his last name. The guy that does like the half shaved face, like
Yeah.
he was on Impact with Fox, so he got to have a little moment in PW, so I might use him.
PPW also saw D3 made his WWE debut Monday night, and he got squashed by Braun Strowman.
I thought he looked like a complete douchebag with his haircut and colors and nothing against the guy.
Mercedes Martinez versus Christina Marie.
How is she not signed to somewhere? You know?
Mercedes.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I don't
You
get
could build
it.
a company around her.
Honestly, if I had to peg it anywhere, is I don't think she wants to work that schedule.
maybe. I mean,
I think she enjoys her independent bookings because she gets
AEW,
to
you
pick
know?
when she wants
AEW
to
would have
work.
been perfect.
yeah.
Mercedes is awesome. She still looks
used to
amazing.
wrestle
She's
in
great in the
ROH years
ring.
ago.
Hashtag Mercedes Martinez to AEW.
Yeah, please start it. Get that hashtag going. Who won?
Christina Marie.
Christina won the belt back.
Oh,
I
she
think
got her
she's like a
belt back.
Rolled her up
three-time
with a
champion.
quick little roll up and 1, 2, 3.
Was it a squash match?
No,
Oh,
no, it was a solid 20. So it was a solid
don't
20.
ask Eddie.
I
He's probably left by that point.
Yeah.
I want to say it was probably a solid 20 into intermission.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I only stayed a little bit after intermission was so hot.
Too hot.
Yeah, you gotta know.
Then we have Jason King versus Johnny Moran.
Squash match.
Jason King wins.
Yeah, no, Johnny
Johnny
Moran
Moran.
takes
Johnny
the title.
Moran will
Yeah.
take the title.
But before that, we had the debuting Bro Keller against Clutch
Adams.
How'd that go?
It was pretty good.
That solid 50.
Maybe-
Bro Keller looked
I
great.
think maybe
Clutch
about
Adams looked
12.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, that was probably one of the better matches of the
Bro was
night.
going to wrestle at a town championship wrestling, but the Firehouse said they couldn't have the show because there's no air conditioning in the actual, like, where they park the trucks. And they said it was estimated to be 110 to 130 in there.
Wow.
So they
It was
can't
no
let
better
show.
in the arena up
And
there.
luckily, Bro got on that show. So, I mean,
Cool.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we have Santa Slaughter, the champion, versus South Philly's Finest versus main event.
Okay, so this one might take a little bit, but it was the standard you got to tag in, tag out kind of deal. And
I watched this match.
Sent to Slaughter basically left South Philly's Finest and
Main event.
main event. So they're basically telling them, like, let's go. You want to wrestle, we'll wrestle. And they're like, no, we don't want to wrestle. We want to fight. So, of course, they left Midas and Luca in the ring to start. Luca's like, you know what, bro? If they don't want to wrestle, we'll wrestle. So slap hands, shake hands, match starts. And it's going over nice and easy. And next thing you know, every time there's a pinfall, Sent Slaughter tries to jump in and break up the pinfall. And everybody's kind of like, oh, shit, time to back up.
You could tag anybody
Yeah.
in this match.
So as the match progresses, it kind of goes the same way. Jay Lyon tags in with, oh God, I can't think of his name.
I know what you're getting to. Eventually, they both tagging both members and Sent the Slaughter,
Yeah.
and they both
They
get in,
basically
and
walk
they're
over,
gonna wrestle
slap
each
both
other,
of them.
and they're like, they push each other, and they're spiked up, and then Sean Donovan is like falls on his back, and then damn outlaws to pin him, and they all come and break up. So it was a cool spot.
So
So
it was
the
not-
New Age Outlaws.
That happened at the New Age
Yeah,
Outlaws.
yeah.
Yeah.
And myself and
I was like,
Scott
that's
were
pretty
actually
good.
saying about that, saying like, "Oh, watch! Why doesn't one of them just try and pin the other one and
Yeah.
get the titles off him?
But it was
Just
cool
like
because
fall down."
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a New Age Outlaw spot.
it wasn't a bad match though. I
No,
thought.
I thought
Who
it was
won?
Sent to Slaughter.
Okay.
I thought it was very
I
solid.
can't
It
see
was
them
very
losing the
through and
tag
through.
belts.
They have a great look.
Yeah,
Sent to Slaughter looks.
Dan Math looks so intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Dude,
talking to
his
him back
size
there. He's
is
like, "Come on."
ridiculous.
Yeah,
But I'll
But
tell you what, I still
can
think
work.
main event is one of the best tag teams I've seen
They're good,
in the
yeah.
indie scene.
And even I said to Midas, thanks for the plug. Like, thanks for the share on Instagram. You know, we appreciate it. He's like, dude, anybody that plugs our stuff, they have no problem returning the favor.
Yeah, we plugged them, they plugged us. It was great. And then we had Evander James versus Facade. Facade is a beast.
for the world title.
The world title.
Well, I guess not. Whatever. Heavyweight
Yeah.
championship.
And
If you haven't seen Facade wrestle, please do. That guy is fucking awesome.
not to mention, he has some of the best entrance ring music I think
He
I've
comes
heard.
out to Go Ninja Go by Vanilla Ice. which
I've
is-
seen him on some of the GCW stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, but the
he's-
dude's just a freak. Anybody who does a springboard 450 crossbody to the outside and lands on his feet deserves some kind of recognition somewhere.
So PPW will be at the Steamtown Mall next.
Yeah, Scranton. It's August 10th.
And Clutch Adams came out and attacked Evander James after the match,
Oh.
basically saying he wants the title.
Oh,
okay.
okay. So that's probably your world title match at
Yep.
Scranton then.
I
Heavyweight title.
miss Sean Carr. I'm just putting that out there.
We may see Shankar returning soon.
Okay. Well, anyway, it will be at the Electric Factory, the Electric City.
Not the Electric
No,
Factory.
Not the
it'll be
Electric
at the
Factory,
Mall-
the-
center
the-
court
the
of
It
the
will
Electric
not
City
be at the
now.
Electric Factory.
The
Do not go
Electric-
to Electric Factory, which has a different name now.
The Electric City.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It is now
in
the
the
Fillmore,
in the
correct?
Steamtown Mall.
Yeah.
If not one wrestler comes out to the Office rap song with the orange beanie on it,
There has to be office references.
there has to be. If there is, I'm going home. No
I
joking.
mean, are we going to make the trip up there?
Probably.
I won't be there.
Yeah,
Where
Vanny
are
will be
you
at
gonna
the.
be?
At the beach.
He'll be at the
I'm
beach.
leaving for the beach then.
Coco
the day
Beware will
before.
be there.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the Birdman.
Yeah, I'm cool with the Birdman.
The parrot probably looks younger than him.
Parrots live a long time.
You know what? I honestly, you're not gonna get the pack. You're just gonna go.
Yeah. And then hopefully Steel.
Yeah, she's yeah.
She's actually wrestling.
Well,
Hopefully
a
she
lot
gets a
of
match.
people that are in PWW now are from Scranton Wilkes-Barre area.
Yeah.
Wilkes-Barre.
On the paper.
Oh, she actually wrestled?
Adina Steele,
Adina?
Brad DeMaio, and
it was a 6-man tag. yeah.
somebody else.
How'd it go?
Then it was that Leviathan, Jay Silver, the cop, and another.
Yeah, there
girl.
was like a House of Glory guys.
How'd
Yeah.
it go?
didn't
Adina
see
Steele
it.
and then picked up the win. Adina Steele pinned
The girl.
the Jay Silver, the cop.
Okay.
Awesome.
Adina Steele actually worked a lot of intergender in that match, and I give her so much props because
Well,
she
she
was getting
trained
roughed
with
up a
all
little bit.
dudes. So
her physique is awesome, and she works really hard in the gym.
she has a great look. Yeah.
Yeah, she's an awesome look. So hopefully she gets some cool action in that show. I look forward to going to it. But then also PBW is getting Rhino and Enzo and Cass.
That's
How you doing?
That's September. I was thinking September 17th.
Will you?
Oh,
You're
God.
sitting.
Oh God.
You're sitting.
How you doing?
Now, are you gonna
I'll
show
turn your
up?
mics off. I'll turn all your mics off.
Are you gonna show up with like a Sonic $5 box? I'm like, could you sign this for me?
No, I'm gonna show.
With 82 CD.
I'm gonna show up with my Enzo Pops. And
Is it an Enzo pop or is it an
Enzo and
It's both
Cass
of them,
Pop.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a Walgreens exclusive too.
Yeah.
Like he said, there's some stuff on the marketplace pretty cheap. If I can get some Enzo hair.
They had that hat thing.
Yeah, the hat.
Like the Zack Ryder one.
I'm telling you right now, if you get the Enzo hair,
I'm sitting right next to you.
Sitting all the way.
I'm sitting
up
right
top
next to you.
in the dark,
Oh,
where
God.
nobody can know that I am with you.
I'm gonna have a sign that says "I'm with a cup of haters," and I'm gonna have it pointed on both sides of me.
Just have the arrow extend across the whole.
Everyone's gonna have a sign that has
360 side.
yeah.
The arrow goes all
I'm
the way
with
around the
cup
room.
of haters.
I wonder how they'll do draw wise. You know, I wonder.
I think they'll do fine. I'll be honest. Since I shared it, a lot of people are like, holy shit, Enzo and Cass are going to
Yeah.
be there, and they want to go.
I mean, yeah,
And we're-
that's the thing. I mean, a lot of people say they want to do things.
We're getting about
Down
10 to
it.
15 tickets. Like, we're going to get a group
Well,
of people to
speaking
go.
of Rhino, he's in a bit of heat right now, being under a WWE contract and showing up at Impact Slammiversary.
He's not under contract.
He was.
He's out.
No,
He dropped it.
When he showed up at Slammiversary, he was still under contract.
Was it RVD under TNA contract?
Yeah.
They waived it because they kind of did the same
Oh,
thing
they-
that AEW did with Jim Ross, saying like if you want to go,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Jim Ross said, "No,
Okay.
I don't want to."
Jim Ross said no, but RVD was like,
Bret Hart
I'm not wrestling. I'm just making an appearance. It's nothing major.
Bret Hart turned the
RVD looked high as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
did.
probably
Oh
was.
yeah, he did.
He did on purpose.
Oh yeah,
He looked smoked.
Dude, where am I?
Yeah.
dude, am I on the right show?
Well, he even made a analogy to it with a private party.
Yeah.
Street profits.
Yeah.
I get that they are very similar. It's
Yeah.
not because they're black. They have similar gimmicks.
Yes. All right, let's get into topic tonight. We're going to cover fantasy booking of SummerSlam. So,
SummerSlam 1989.
yes,
Yes,
SummerSlam.
feel the heat.
So maybe we'll go around the room. We'll put some matches that we want to see, or ones that we'll have maybe the softball ones that we know yet, and then we'll have some put out there that maybe we think are going to happen. So obviously we talked about a few already.
We're
Shane,
gonna get the Demon and the Fiend.
Demon Fiend. We're going to get Shane and KO.
And it sounds like Kevin Owens loses. He's fired. He has to quit.
Oh,
so
okay.
He has to
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
away, so that could be him moving over to Raw, maybe.
Or no, he wins, and we finally get rid of Shane.
I honestly, I think that could be a DQ. That might be a DQ match.
I
at this
can't
point
do
where
that.
No, I think they have to put Kevin over hot right now.
I thought there could have been something like that until they put that stip out there. You don't want to kind of give up that. I thought a good thing to do there would have been to have Sammy turn on Kevin Owens because they're that whole good friends, better enemies thing.
Yeah.
And then maybe you keep it going until Survivor Series where it's Shane's team against Kevin's team because
Okay.
SmackDown and Raw are so diluted now you can't do SmackDown versus Raw again. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Yeah.
But if you do that, you can finally have it like, okay, whoever loses this is gone.
My dream
And
for
then you have
some
Shane
for Survivor Series is the club versus Undisputed Era.
Teasing that a little bit.
Yeah.
They were teasing that a little
That'd
bit.
be
the
great.
Twitter war there was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let me say, I would my SummerSlam. It's Bray Wyatt as the Fiend, but versus just regular Finn Balor, and he beats regular Finn Balor, and that's why he goes away and he comes back, and then he's the Demon. Because if he
Yeah.
beats the Demon, it's like
He's beating the Demon at SummerSlam.
yeah, but I'd have him beat Finn, just normal Finn, so that way
Yeah.
he
I
can
mean,
come
that's
back.
not a bad
and when
booking either.
They tease like the Demon like is bothering him and like it comes on the screen and stuff like that. Like the Demon is haunting him now,
Yeah.
and then when they finally do have the match,
Finn
Yeah.
gets his
'Cause if he just
month,
be-
2 months off,
if it
whatever.
beats Finn as the Demon, then it's like okay, well, where do you go from here? Yeah, you can come back and do it.
I
but
think
like-
Finn just comes back as a normal guy, and you only have one
so,
supernatural
so
guy.
you do it in reverse then? How I would do it?
Maybe I would just. I think the Fiend has to be your supernatural entity now that you look forward to.
No, why can't you have
Well,
two? Undertaker and Kane.
You kind of
Yeah.
do the same
Mankind.
thing.
Yeah.
Finn takes his time off. He comes back, and as Bray
Maybe-
comes
maybe
out
he
with
gets
the lights
rid-
clicking off, the lights
He gets
click off.
rid of the Demon so he can join the club, and then he doesn't have to do
Okay,
it. Yeah.
maybe they
I don't
just
even know about that. Like, I think you're still going to see the Demon because the Demon is what Finn Balor is. But you get the booking. He goes away. That he takes
How did
his
he
time
use
off.
the Demon when he was part of the club?
He didn't.
It was just big
He
matches.
just,
He
he
just come out
just
with big
did
matches.
face paint. And
They had no storyline for it. It was just
Yeah.
like,
Ah,
he
okay.
it was just him in Japan.
it's a pay per view.
Yeah.
Oh, he's anti venom.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
But you see him come back, like say Bray Wyatt's in the ring and the lights click out and you get that done.
I do like how they're still doing the Firefly Funhouse. Like, hey, we're big fans of you, Finn. We told the demon you're a good guy. The Fiend. Yeah, we told the demon you're a good guy.
Like that too, yeah.
I think that's smart.
I think
you just
the
see
puppets-
Mercy the Buzzard sitting there like,
the puppet should pop up in the background too of everyone he's going to fight. Like before the storyline happens, they should start haunting him.
You know, definitely do the whole Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
I'd
thing.
love to see like before a match with the Fiend or something, you see like Mercy the Buzzard creep up from under the ring apron, Abby the Witch on one side, Ramblin' Rabbit, and then what's the pig?
Husky.
Husky the pig. You see Husky the pig on the other
I
corner.
want more chocolate.
I want a chocolate. And the Vince puppet.
Yeah.
No, even better. The music hits the Vince, and the Vince puppet comes out on stage, just like peeks his head out around the.
That'd be funny. No, I do like how they're doing. They're still keeping the Bray character. Like they keep calling the Fiend Wyatt. I think that needs to get cleared up. I think
Yeah,
Bray
but he calls the Fiend the Fiend. Like
yes,
like the
but I mean
Fiend's a
Corey
separate
Graves
person.
and all the commentary teams like that's Bray Wyatt. I think they need to be like Bray Wyatt goes. I don't know why you guys keep saying that's me in the ring. That's not me.
I don't know who
That's
is.
the Fiend. That's a different. Like I think he needs
Yeah,
to roll with
why
that.
not?
That's not me anymore. That's somebody completely different.
That's Bo Dallas.
That's Bo Dallas.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the day that like they don't know what to do with either. And I'm like, you know what? You're gonna tag with your brother.
Why not?
Screw the B team.
So we have
It's
obviously
terrible.
that.
You
then we
better.
have,
You have them coming out dressed like their dad is the IRS men.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Then you have Ember Moon versus Bailey, which we talked about.
Yeah, that should be good. I would have that match.
Who does Roman fight?
I would put him with Braun, and I would heat up Braun for Lesnar.
Yeah, I don't know who. 'Cause Roman.
I think Roman
and-
can afford to take a loss. You can really
I
get
think
a
they're
fire
gonna
with
do
Braun
Roman
again.
I
and
don't know how
Drew
you're
again.
going to do that though, because Roman is in the middle of a storyline on SmackDown himself.
But with
That's
Drew, right?
So I think isn't he taking on Drew McIntyre?
Which
seems like
is
it.
bad for
I
Drew
think-
McIntyre.
They already had 2 matches that were at best.
I would maybe be putting against Elias. Put him against
Here you
Elias.
go. 2 minutes. He beats the
How
hell
many
out of Elias,
times
moves
does he
on.
squash Elias?
Oh, he
Yeah.
did. He did squash Elias already,
Oh
Yeah.
well.
and with the guitar match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I don't know what to do with Roman.
I don't
Turn him
think.
heel finally. That's what I do in my world.
Yeah.
He heel and he goes after Seth Rollins for the belt. There you go.
That's
Yeah.
a good. I think Rollins could be freshened up though too.
And then I tell Brock, we're gonna just with your contract, you go back to UFC.
All right. Let
He said he's retired from MMA. He's not going back there.
Lesnar's your champ, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you want either Rollins or Roman to be your champion?
No.
no.
Do you think either one?
Rollins,
needs-
I don't mind. Roman, no.
I don't mind Roman. At least he's there. He
I
puts
think
work.
I
in.
think Seth. Guy Seth is so
either
stale.
one of those people do not need the title to be champion.
You mean to be over?
Honestly, I think
Yeah.
it's time for a complete reset, a complete fresh face, somebody who's never, ever been the champion.
Bro,
We tried that with Jinder Mahal, and everyone
Bro,
hated it.
Yeah. Well, that's because the jitter sucks.
Yeah, but I liked his title run.
Jinder
Oh,
Mahal
Which-
was not exactly.
Whose title run was better, Jinder Mahal's or Seth Rollins?
Seth.
Who had better matches?
Who was more entertaining as a champion?
Well,
I
neither.
think,
but
neither,
neither.
really.
I
think Jinder was way more entertaining.
I don't.
Why? 'Cause he cheated every week?
I
It
think
was
that-
more entertaining than I'm Seth freaking Rollins, and I'm the man's man, and I'm this. and
I
I'm
think the
awesome.
Jinder one of the worst title
so
runs.
over.
One of the worst ever.
That was
That's
the
up there
worst
with
3
Jack
months they ever
Swagger.
did.
And,
I didn't mind it.
And Rick
Jack
Khali.
Swagger never really got a fair shake.
I didn't mind
to be
it.
He
honest.
sucked. He
Compared-
didn't deserve it.
Compared to watching the past champions that we've had, I'd rather Jinder Mahal than
Ugh.
so far everyone that's ever had it so far.
Really? Like AJ Styles?
AJ's title was
Yeah,
long,
some good matches.
but I mean it was just like, all
I
right,
thought Daniel Bryan's one was a lot of fun.
Didn't
Yeah,
his match
it
with
was.
Cena get 5 stars at Royal Rumble?
AJ.
I don't think he was champion yet at that
Might have been
point.
like 4.5.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that was a good match.
Cena won the title for the 16th time.
Oh, okay. It was a great match, but I mean like
The
even
better
like,
one was the one where AJ first came in, like Money in the Bank, something like that.
yeah, even like AJ versus Joe 14 times, it was over. AJ versus Shinsuke.
I like Samoa Joe to have.
I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
to see Small Joe.
They would really need to rehab Joe though. One thing I would do, I would have just keep. I would put a belt on Joe, probably Kofi's, and then I kind of looked at it earlier. Heat up Matt Riddle. Heat up Matt
Yeah,
Riddle
bring him
big.
up, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
bring him up, have him never lose, have him just
Now,
clear
if
everybody
you're
out.
going to go a certain direction with it, how would you guys feel about Miz or Mysterio one more time?
I think Miz deserves a title shot.
Mysterio, no.
Miz would be good.
Miz would have had it when he was doing his John Cena feud coming off that. He was the hottest for years, and then they kind of
I think
good guy Miz, no. No.
The-
Bad guy Miz, yes.
I kind of
I've never been a fan
wanted-
of. I've never been a fan of heel champions anyway. Heel
Really?
champions bore me.
I kind of wanted just for the fun of it, but I get why they did Kofi and it made sense for the time was the right
Yeah.
move. But I would have loved to have seen babyface Miz against heel Daniel Bryan
Oh,
at
God, yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, that
Would
would've
have
been
been great.
something
What
else.
the complete flip?
Yeah, the complete flip. From
When are we
everybody
gonna get this
expected.
Daniel Bryan news?
Hmm?
Daniel Bryan had this big
Yeah,
announcement.
and then there's no announcement.
Oh, apparently at
I think that-
laryngitis.
I think it's bad booking was the announcement.
No. From my understanding, somebody said he had laryngitis. There was a report out there. That's why he didn't say a word when he came out on stage because his throat was killing him.
But still, that's at the back
It's been
story.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's been 2 or 3 weeks now.
Laryngitis just doesn't clear up overnight. I mean,
Yeah, but you can talk.
That's
Yeah.
his father.
you're supposed to.
He cut a promo that was on the website.
Yeah.
It said I had to do something bigger, and I tried to help the elevate the tag division. I failed, and it's like,
Yeah, that's the report I saw.
no.
I want Gargano.
That's just
Yeah.
one of the
I mean,
articles I saw. Like the next day, it's like, oh, Daniel
NXT
Bryan
or
has
205
laryngitis.
Live.
They have great matches, but it's kind of a
You just need to take 205 Live, shut it down because now
Yes.
they have somebody from the NWA running it.
They have for
A
a while.
former champion from NWA is running 205 Live now.
Who Adam Pearce?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just,
So
just migrate them to the rest of the roster.
Yeah, that's why I said get rid of that.
send them to NXT and send some to the main roster.
Yeah, split them up.
I mean, when
Divide
you
them
go to Fox in October, I mean, you're going to need a couple extra bodies anyway.
Take the cruiserweight belt, just get rid of it again.
No,
Pointless.
no.
Yeah.
I
You
still
like
think
the
it's a
cruiserweight
good.
title.
It's still a mid. It's still a good mid title for somebody.
Mhm.
It still fits.
Yeah, for who?
Cedric
Who,
Alexander,
who,
Finn
who
Balor.
won the cruiserweight title that looked better after winning the title? There. Oh God! If anything, he made it work.
All right, can
he
we,
brought eyes
can
to
we
it.
just can we turn the camera away from him, please?
How you do
I
it?
forgot he had the belt, but he didn't. He brought eyes to
See,
205
it's
Live.
not even rememberable that Enzo was the cruiserweight champion.
When's the last time 205 Live Championship was on TV? How you doing?
a couple weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
But
How you
Enzo
doing?
didn't. I'm saying Enzo won the title.
When's the
but
last time 205
Did the
Live
title-
ended the Monday Night Raw?
yeah, did the title do
How you
anything?
doing?
When did it end Monday Night Raw?
He ended the call. He was the last segment on
When
Monday
they
Raw.
beat the shit out of him.
He still was. He still had.
Oh.
He was still the end of the show.
That
I'm
was a
sorry,
burial.
but if you have the entire roster come out and
Burial.
kick the shit
Yeah,
out of you,
that's
that's
it.
not exactly a great way to end the
205 Live was close to the for a month when he had his title run.
Yeah, but the title didn't do
because they had
nothing for
nothing
Enzo.
better to
though.
do for him here. You could have the last 5 minutes.
And they were putting the real main event on at 10
Yeah.
o'clock.
yeah.
The title didn't do anything for Enzo. That's what I'm saying.
No, but it brought it brought attention to
So
205 Live.
it's a useless title.
I'm
It's
glad
not-
Gulak has something going on,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Buddy Murphy's
not doing
title
it.
run was awesome.
Not even though, because Enzo, we have nothing for you. You get the last 5 minutes. Go get the shit kicked out of you twice.
it's too many belts. Like women's tag title, worthless, completely worthless,
They haven't even been defended in
completely
weeks.
worthless.
I don't want to rule it out yet because I still like the idea that the women's have a tag team. 'cause they
Yeah, I
put
like it, but
every other week they're in tag team matches anyway. Naomi, not Naomi, Natalia versus the Man. What do we got there?
I think Becky was that.
Yeah, Becky.
I think
Yeah,
this is a holdover feud.
In Canada?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you gotta heat Becky back up because she's like kind of stabbed. The whole relationship angle hurt both of them real bad.
Yeah,
I think
people are starting to ruin it.
she wins it.
Earl Hebner comes back for SummerSlam.
No, that ain't even.
no Montreal finish.
The Toronto screw job. Becky puts Natalia in the sharpshooter. Ding, 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 ding.
I think Natalia wins
I don't.
No, I don't see it.
in Canada. I think Canada is gonna be.
I think it's the
I think
best
it's gonna be-
possible booking for that, but at the same time, it's.
WWE's all about sending the fans home happy now.
I think it, I,
yeah.
I wouldn't do it there. I would not send anybody home happy there because I would have Becky win, and then I would have Shayna Baszler beat the daylights out of her.
Ooh,
No, she's still NXT champion, but that's
I like that.
Unless she
The
loses.
last
it
couple
the night
NXT
before.
Women's Champions were champions.
The,
when
Yeah.
they
the
came up.
problem is
Asuka did.
Shayna Baszler is not going to
Is
last
there
on the main
is there
roster.
a takeover for SummerSlam?
Yeah,
take over Toronto.
Yeah,
She's not
It's going to
pretty.
be building
she's
up
not, she's
Shayna
not,
Mia Yim.
she's not
Okay.
pretty, so Vince is not going to push her.
I think.
Tony,
yeah.
can you please explain this what Vince would say again
Yeah,
one more time?
So if Shayna Baszler really like, Vince, we had this girl. She's on NXT. She's killing it. You really need to check her out. I think she's going to be a star. He goes, all right, bring her in. And she walks in and goes, oh my God, I thought she was the woman wrestler. Get her a goddamn mask. I love Shayna Baszler. I think she's the greatest. I think she is the greatest NXT Women's Champion so far.
This one.
Huh?
Well, maybe.
Even the
I don't know. Asuka was pretty good.
Asuka was good, but I think Shayna Baszler has followed better matches than any other champion and still made the women's champion match
And
still
she's
look.
the only 2-time NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, it doesn't see. That's the thing too. That number of titles to me is bullshit. Yes, Ric Flair had the title 16 times, but that all means he lost at 15. Would you rather
16.
be or 16?
Yeah, would you rather be champion for 2 years or
Would-
5-time champion? And
Exactly.
Of course, span 2 years.
Would you rather win and lose a title over 5 years, or would you rather hold the title one time for 5 years?
I mean, CM Punk has had the longest title reign aside from Oscar.
Yeah, but what would you rather? You're
20.
not asking who had the longest. What would you rather?
I'd rather hold it for a year and lose it once and never have it again.
Yeah,
I'd be okay
yeah.
with that because people remember. Oh, you remember that title run? Not
Yeah.
oh, he's won it 9 times and lost it 9 times.
Because somebody could break that 16. Nobody's ever breaking Bruno.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever breaking that 7
What was
years.
that? 5,000.
It was over 7 years.
7
yeah.
years.
And it only stopped because he wanted to stop.
And I'm sorry, but even back in that day, they had nobody better than Bruno.
No, when he left, when he left, New York got better. Madison Square Garden got better, but all the other places, Pittsburgh, Philly, Boston, went down with Pedro
Baltimore,
Morales.
yeah.
Me personally, I'd rather hold a title longer
Yeah,
than
me
have
too.
it than have
Oh,
it a
yeah.
whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Go, all right, Ric Flair. Can you count? Can you remember all 16 of his championships?
No.
I can remember more than 16.
Yeah.
Could you remember all John Cena's?
No.
Some, not all.
You're deluding yourself.
Even at the end of the day, even if Flair has had 16 world titles, how many titles has he actually
Oh,
held?
tons. Yeah, 'cause they had
I'm pretty
US
sure he
titles
probably
and
has held
16
the
is
most
a low ball.
titles.
Realistically, how many titles has AJ had?
stuff. Oval.
Pretty much.
So if you want to talk about greatest of all time when it comes to championships and how many he's had,
Shawn Michaels had it done.
Yeah.
AJ held all the titles in Impact at one time. He had them all.
So did Angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did Kurt Angle.
you know what I mean?
So
Like,
did Bobby Lashley.
a lot of people don't count it, but Hogan had a Japan title and he had an NWA
He did.
title.
Yeah, I don't know if he had the NWA title ever.
Well, to see when
He did it
AJ
with-
He
went
may
to
have done
Japan, he
a
only
dusty
won.
finish with
Yeah.
Hogan. Same thing with
Yeah.
AWA. They
He
did
was
dusty
the
finish.
was AJ the first American to win the IWGP title?
No, I
Scott
think-
Norton had it for a
Yeah,
while.
Scott Vader.
Hogan had the
No, I'm sorry. AJ
Hogan
was the
had it.
first
No.
American to win it on the very first night he was in the company.
Did he? I don't know.
AJ won it on his first match, first night in New Japan.
if Hogan had the title, I'm sure he wasn't working for 6 months there
Yeah.
before he got it.
No, Hogan's stint in New Japan was brief. It was maybe
Wasn't Hogan the first IWGP champion? I might be wrong. That might have been Inoki.
No, it was Inoki.
Yeah.
But
Because
Hogan
I
was
don't
there. He
know.
won
I
the
don't know.
belt. Hogan won the belt, and then like
Bob Sapp was.
And then-
2-3 weeks later,
And then he
was
mailed
done.
it. And then he mailed it back.
Yeah. And the only reason Bob Sapp was the champion there
He was
because they
big.
wouldn't let him compete in the K1 kickboxing tournament. So they thought, like, okay, we're paying him to be here in Japan. Let's send him over to Japan.
He
See
was
what
big.
Didn't Muhammad Ali do something in New Japan Wrestling?
Yeah, he wrestled.
Well,
That
it was
was
pre Japan, but
Yeah.
he did like it was supposed to be proto MMA with Inoki. And I think it was something where they were going to work it originally,
It was supposed to be Madison Square Garden, and then
and then wanted to be in
Yeah.
Tokyo. And they were going to work it originally, but then neither one really knew what they want to do, so they're like, "Oh, we're just going to make it a shoot." And it was basically Inoki like leaning back and throwing leg kicks for 15 rounds, and it became like a no contest.
it was awful.
And
It was a literal celebrity fight where they
Yeah.
scripted the entire match.
And it was all closed circuit, so it was being sold to movie theaters over here. And Vince McMahon Jr. was one of Vince McMahon we know now, was one of the main promoters of it. And I think he did okay on that because I think the thing he lost money on was like some Evil Knievel jump. He lost a lot of money on like
Yeah.
closed circuit.
So the first American, well, non-Japanese, we should say, would be Big Van Vader, because they consider
wow.
the IWGP heavyweight title proper started in 1987.
Okay,
So that would be Inoki with the first one.
So when did Hogan have it?
So he,
It was
he,
pre
never,
that.
he never had that. He
it
had
was
that
just something called the
he's
International
Japanese,
Wrestling Grand Prix, which
Yeah.
is what IWGP stands for, and I think he won that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a title.
It wasn't
It was a trophy,
Yeah.
wasn't
It wasn't the
Yeah.
IWGP
No, he
title.
followed
proper.
him with a belt.
Yeah, he had a.
Was there anything booking wise? Any other matches we had? Charlotte wins, yeah.
Yeah, Charlotte's got
I mean, she's.
I mean, she's already done that. She's surpassed Trish's
Kofi
title
versus
reigns by
Kofi
2.
versus Randy.
I do that. I have Kofi win.
yeah.
Why don't we get to go wrestling scorecards too?
We're gonna do it. We're just doing fantasy.
Yeah, because we got some.
we're not surely.
We got in our weekend.
As much as I would like to see a title change there, because it would be a nice setup to like maybe have Kofi drop it and then maybe have him get it back and then lose it again. But I
think those days are over. I,
I think
hope they're over.
Kofi's gonna retain.
Yeah.
As much as Randy Orton, well, he wins one more, he ties Triple H, right?
I'm not sure. I know he's up there, but
He'll
he
be
hasn't
the
had
14. Yeah, well, tie Triple H because Triple H there 14 times.
Yeah, 'cause he hasn't had it in a while. He hasn't had it since he dropped it to Brian. But
Yeah. So we'll wrap it up there for our episode. We did hit a pretty good mark here. I hope that the stream got better. Heidi was up there streaming every device she could possibly have in the house.
Yeah.
God,
You can only watch one thing at a time. Even doing this, you can only really
Yeah.
concentrate on
Oh
one
my
thing.
god, she had everything going. It was hanging from the ceiling. It was
Mm.
crazy. She looked like that old guy in the Pokemon Go video where he has.
Oh yeah, yes.
Eddie.
17 phones.
Yeah,
strapped
Eddie, what do you
to
got the
one
plug?
handlebars.
Just yeah, it's under the info, the links, call it the Power Rank.
Yeah,
And I'll be at True Wrestling this Saturday in Berwick, Pennsylvania. And I'll be wrestling. I don't know, it wasn't announced yet, but I don't know if they're gonna announce it. So I'll just the whisper. I'll be wrestling.
Well, let's see. Tomorrow Bethlehem Event Center. I'll be attending that.
you're in the VIP section.
Yes.
The-
Cass will be in the back. I'll be in the front.
Big Cass.
Big Cass.
Issues a
She
tag
is
team,
tall.
and
She is tall.
Justin Stone is wrestling for a.
Weekends, if nobody's doing anything, please stop out at the Minersville baseball fields as it is the annual Moms for Make-A-Wish softball tournament. Please come out. They do raffle baskets, chances. Come out and show your support. They're trying to send, I believe, 20, maybe 30 some children to their destination.
Crime podcast. Every Monday. This Monday is going to be July 29th. We are doing the Son of Sam.
Ooh,
David Berkowitz. It's the 43rd anniversary of the first Son of Sam shooting.
wow, how about that?
He's supposed to at this point. Have you found anything interesting out about SummerSlam yet?
Yeah. Just there are some people who think it might not have been only. Well, it's pretty clear the police lied at some point, so we're going to get into some kind of the hidden things behind it. Of course, we're going to be playing Who Died the Worst,
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite game. We're going to be looking at some like breaking news, breaking murder news. The federal death penalty is back. We might be talking about that.
Yeah, that's
Federal
bad.
death
Fun
penalty.
stuff.
Yeah.
So who's the first one to get that? El Chapo?
President Trump announced that we.
Oh, I thought you meant Trump
No,
was the first one to get that
Trump
penalty.
announced that we're bringing back.
I'm not really against the death penalty.
Yeah.
Trump announced that they're bringing back. What's the actual term for it?
Capital punishment.
Capital punishment.
Capital punishment.
So-
Pay per view.
Yeah, capital. So with that being passed, I think they said at least 5 or 6 guys are already being sped.
Slated. Wow.
Yeah.
There are about 50 people that are charged with capital federal crimes. One of them is actually Dylan Roof, the guy who shut up the church in North Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina,
Yeah,
yeah.
that should be.
They
good.
gave him 300 years life plus 3.
So,
Why
yeah.
not just? I'm sorry, but usually
How
I
old
know a
is
lot
he?
of states are against it, but at the same time, huh?
How old was he?
20, 21.
Well, you ain't gonna live to be 320. So
I'm sorry.
I have
but-
a problem.
I'm
I have-
sorry. Why
I
is
have
it
a problem.
they're giving
It's all-
somebody life plus 300 years? Why not just say,
Yeah.
even though you don't have the death penalty, why
All
not
right.
just?
no, the reason they
I
do
want
that
to
is
pose a
'cause-
question. I know this is not wrestling, and this is completely
Because
off,
of-
and this could be
This is
this could be
politics.
hot. This could be hot. Not politics. This is a life question. All right, 20 years old. Were you the same person at 20 than you were at 40 or 30?
Yeah, no.
No. That kid was probably raised in like the worst of the worst. He probably had terrible influences around him. He probably was raised super racist. He's probably just like didn't have good values. That could be any single one of us at this table if you get with the wrong crowd and get the wrong views in your head.
Mm-hmm.
20 years old, he was influenced to do something not influenced, he did it himself as well, but it didn't help where he was at.
No, so you say that,
You
but
sit-
you look
you
at
s-
the
you
Fort
sit-
Hood shooting.
You sit in jail for 20, 30, 40 years. You don't think there's any reformment there? Prison is supposed to be.
No.
I
If you know-
think there
if
should
you
be.
know you're
Stay
never
tuned
getting
to
out.
that episode, by the way, because you're going to hear a lot about that with David Berkowitz.
I
If
honestly, at least after if someone sits in a cell for 20 years, they should be given an opportunity of parole, and it should be legitimately conceived about. He's a problem in prison. Yeah, that's one thing. But if the guy's making an honest change in his life, a 20-year-old kid who made a mistake and went and did something stupid, some crazy, terrible things, I think 20 years of your life inside bars.
They released him
Yeah,
that's
$75 for 31 years of your
I don't
life.
condone murder. I don't condone the guy who shot that church up. I think that's a terrible, horrendous crime.
There's no
But you're
problem.
locking up a 20-year-old kid who was probably super misguided.
Essentially.
Same with the guy who rode his car through a bunch of protesters. Life in prison. He was 20-some years old.
The guy that drove across London Bridge and mowed down the people on
Just-
the bridge, he was in his 30s.
I don't know. I just think that should be for the same people. OJ's on Twitter right now having a blast.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I don't know who did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
If the
wasn't
glove
me.
does not fit, you must.
Now I
quit.
know this is not killing people, but Michael Vick ran a dogfighting crew. He fucking murdered thousands of dogs. He hung them by their necks. He's
Yeah.
executed them. He buried them in a yard. If you could do that to a dog, you have you could do that to a human.
Yeah.
Michael
yeah.
Vick should have did 20-some years for that.
And he
got
came
off
out
with
and got a
three.
multi-million-dollar contract
He
again.
got $100 million.
So you're going to tell
contract.
me that a 20-year-old kid
Who plays good football?
A 20-year-old kid who could say, you know what, this kid probably made some terrible choices and put himself around terrible. Yes, he did a terrible thing, but he should go the entire sentence of his life with zero chance to reform himself or give a chance to make himself a better person. But Michael Vick and celebrities can. That's bullshit. That's just my opinion on it.
And if you like this last 5 minutes, Murder My Dude can be found on iTunes and
Great review.
Murder My Dude on
Yeah.
But even like I said, the Ford Hood shooting. One more thing. The Ford Hood shooting was a staff sergeant in his 30s, never had an issue in his life. But one day he just said, fuck it.
You don't think his trading made him a little unstable?
Not really.
Well, for one
I've
thing,
gone through it.
Yeah, but not everyone's the same. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Certain things
he was
affect
in
people.
15 years. You were almost retired, and one day you just woke up and said,
Well,
you never know what's going through somebody's
yeah.
head.
Well, some people like.
They're training you to be a killer.
Yeah.
They train you they desensitize you when you're training.
no comment, I plead the fifth.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like when someone's married and their spouse dies, a lot of people take that different. A lot of people handle well, some people don't handle well. So it's
Like we said, man, any day you could wake up and you could be the next Joker. It's just the thing.
As long
One
as
bad
long as it's not a Joker.
one bad day and you could be a supervillain.
I want to be the Cesar Romero Joker.
Thank you.
With a cool mustache.
Yeah.
The only thing I got to plug is obviously, once again, if you like what you hear and you want to help us and support us, in the description below is our PayPal link. Check out all the pages below.
Yeah,
it doesn't take
please.
much to go subscribe to a page. Interview coming out tomorrow with Billy Trey with interviews everyday people.
My cousin.
Your cousin, who might need some rides here for things that weren't cool in high school if he ever
Hey,
wants to come.
BC Wolf 35 says he likes new guy code.
Hey, I'm not a taxi service.
Is that-
He
is
needs
that-
to get his license? I've said it. His dad said it. His aunt said it.
BC Wolf also agrees with me on the Miz too.
BC Wolf is actually banned. So.
I haven't been playing. Watching that.
You forgot to plug your big event.
Yeah, Skookstock. Skookstock coming up, so go check it out on Facebook at Skookstock. And
We are currently accepting artisan craft vendor sponsorships.
if you want to sponsor or be a vendor there, you are more than welcome to do so.
If you sponsor the event, we have some great perks for you.
And if you're excited for Murder I Do and you watch it and like it, they will actually be on interviews with everyday people as well. We're going to do an interviews, my dude.
Okay, cool.
Coming up in about 2 weeks. Something like that.
about
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Who's next on the show?
Next interview is going to be a band, Light Up the Moon.
Oh, I like that
Rob
name.
Hampton and my good friend Kat.
Yep. And the William Corso, he is a local karaoke party DJ.
Okay.
We partied with him. He's pretty good.
He's a good sound. And then,
He reminds me of Ozzy back in the day.
yeah, he's a good singer. And then after that will be Murder My Dude, guys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we have a lot of cool stuff coming up. August, a lot of shows, we are still booking them, but I don't expect them to be maybe released the same time, or there may be a week we miss something, just because we are working really hard at Scoop Stuff.
Mid August, do not expect to see any content really. I don't see us working as hard.
Yeah, we might come on
Especially
and do,
that week of.
we might come on and do things that weren't cool in high school or the tornado tag, but there's very possible maybe we take that week off as
I
well.
think the week of Scoop Stock, we should do a week or two
Who
before
knows?
that. We should take a break.
It depends on where we sit. If
Right.
we sit before that week and everything's taken care of and we're just waiting to show up at the show and do it, then that's one thing. But if we still are a little behind, we are really trying really hard to make this a show. The show is, is a brainchild of the part, is working their ass off to make. Everyone's working really hard. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's going to wrap it up for Tornado Tag Podcast. We'll see you next Thursday. And welcome, Brian, everybody. Good job, brother.
Thank you.
Peace.
Nah.
And Enzo's the man.
No.
No.